What's up? Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the Hellion Artshow, number 21. Ooh, we have so many people in the chat. I didn't see anyone before the show, so I was like, nobody's showing up today. But then we have so many people. Hello, Time of Dying. That's a great name. Altercation. John, hello. Recipe Graham. Hi. Hello, everybody. King of the Squibs. All hail the Squib Nation. Yes. Thank you for joining us. I'm here today with, I suppose, my co-host at this point, Chimera, and Ryan Cardinal, who is a creator of KAYAS, which is the subject we're going to talk about today. And I don't know who else is going to be joining us, but the rest of my team is busy, it seems. I don't know if Vinny said he can't join. So it's probably just us, but that's cool because we have a lot to cover. And the subject matter of today is animating your comic, because
putting yourself into a whole lot of work.
Right, or as you put it, putting yourself through a lot of pain, which it does look like a lot of pain. So I minored in animation in college. I majored sequential, I minored in animation. So I saw what you did for your project, and I was basically totally blown away because I know how much work it takes, and that's not like some flash puppet animation. It was you hand drew the whole thing, and I did one project like that in college. I was just like, I remember just staying up all night through a whole week, just drawing the in betweens. And it wasn't my project; I was helping somebody, but because I decided to hand draw it, they had so much cleanup work that I was helping them to clean up, and like I know what it takes. So you, sir, are a madman, and we need to talk about this first. So let me pull it up instead of just like talking about it.
Just want to give the chat a quick hey, howdy. How's everybody doing out there?
Yeah. Let's see if I can share a window without kicking myself out, because I've done that.
Boom. Resurgence. No, didn't use Toon Boom. I used Clip Studio Paint for the whole thing.
Damn. You know, Clip Studio and Photoshop have both been upping their game about animation, and Photoshop has decent. Clip Studio, I think it's better for animation functionality, but Photoshop actually also has them like it's decent. You know, their timeline stuff.
Once you know the quirks of Photoshop, like what's his name, Robert Valley does all of his stuff in Photoshop, and his stuff is freaking amazing.
Huh. Right.
Yeah, we did
crazy.
We did a seminar with him after he did, was it Parasiter and Cigarettes, after it was up for an Oscar, and he kind of broke down everything. And he uses like gradients and the puppet warp tool to animate his stuff. And I'm just like, what the like, god damn. Like,
yeah, it's so I learned hand-drawn animation in college, but also like some 3D and After Effects, and only one I've done professionally, like animation-wise, is use After Effects and some Flash. But the studios I work for all did like puppet animation, so it's very different than what you do here, and it's pretty economical. But it also seems like you were going for a manga style, so you're trying to keep in line with make it look like an anime.
Yeah, my whole goal was to make it look like a old 90s intro style cartoon opening. That was the aim.
Right. We should watch this before we just like keep on talking and gushing about it. 24 Eyes! Hello. I'm gonna be on his show soon. It'll be awesome.
I love the chicken in the thumbnail.
The chicken, there's a chicken and a snake. It's cute. Okay, let me share.
Do you want me to pull it up on my end or your end?
Oh, sure. Maybe it's. Do you have the actual video on your end?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be clear. Okay, let's do that.
Okay, let's pull it up here. Do that.
Chicken Ball Z has a better sound to it than Dragon.
Chicken balls. You know, you probably would make a lot of sales if you did call it that. It does sound rather hilarious.
You know, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just kind of used to the whole giant spiky hair trope at this point.
Oh, there we go.
What, you're used to it, or you like it? What?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know it anymore.
I got used to it as well. It's just a very 2000s-ish anime thing. But it's the only time where it was like, this is too much, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I can't stand Yu-Gi-Oh's design. Like, the hair was just like, what is this fourth dimensional? Like, this breaks the laws of physics. It looks like his hair smoked LSD or something. I'm done. But
yeah, I remember when it came out, I was also like very like, oh wow, they're just going all for it here.
Well, all right, that's special. John says, FG, I love playing with freeware graphics, Blender, GIMP, unfortunate name, unfortunate Inkscape, etc. I'm not an artist, just dabble. Yeah, I've been told I need to try out Blender because I've been wanting to get back into 3D, and I don't have like hundreds of dollars to drop on ZBrush or Maya. So Blender is something I wanted to try out.
Man, everybody out there, if you got your eyes and ears open, Blender is where it's at. Their new grease pencil option, the full animated suite, like it's a sleeper that a lot of people aren't paying attention to, and the fact that it's free and the powerful, like everything that's got in it, man, it's going to be dynamite once people like us are starting to cross over into it.
Hell yeah. Apparently I need to check it out. No, that's another thing in a long list of shit I have to check out, and I don't know. Yeah. I really want to get back into 3D though, because like I've been telling people, I want to develop my own characters, like my own, all the stuff I'm doing for Fiendish into a role-playing game, like tabletop role-playing game, and I want to do minis and 3D figurines, and it's like, well, I want to be able to design some of it myself, so I'm just trying to find a way to get back into that. And
Blender is great. Like,
I've heard.
They just added like a full sculpting aspect to it, so it's got like that ZBrush style sculpting in it now. You can draw in 3D space with the grease pencil. Like, it is bonkers what you can do with it.
That sounds good. Yeah, I really have to check it out then. Someday. All right, let's add this to the stream. So hopefully I can.
There you go. And then here we go.
All right, let's go.
Volume's good.
Good.
KAYAS, the story of Blood and Stone, issues 1 and 2 go live on Indiegogo September 7th. Be sure to get your hands on these action-packed adventure comics and don't miss out.
Woo!
Yeah.
Neat.
So that's all hand drawn.
In Clip Studio, yeah.
So I'm just curious, what is the advantage? Why does everyone do CGI? Like, there's no traditional animation anymore.
It's
kind of like, I don't know. You want to explain this, or?
Well, it's like the route I was going to go from a studio point of view. It's fundamentally cheaper. Like you go from a team of, what was it? The Lion King had a team of 800 people doing animation, and then when they did the first story, that team dropped down to 300. So from a studio point of view, it's just cheaper to do 3D.
Resv Graham says CGI automated tweening. Yes, that is true. Whoops. That is one part of it. It's that it's essentially cheaper. Like, a program does so much of the work for you. But I remember I was in college during the time where sort of like the 3D animation craze was sweeping the industry, and everyone who wanted a 2D animation was essentially getting pushed out or told you're just not going to make a living if you didn't just switch up your, like, change your approach and learn 3D. Yep. And that's honestly part of what made me major in sequential art instead of animation, because that really annoyed me. The 3D animation is lovely. I really liked doing 3D. I like doing Maya, and like the 3D stuff I learned. But it's like there's something about hand-drawn animation that I grew up with, and that's what I wanted to do. So I didn't like the American industry was turning away from that, but I think it was a cost-saving measure for half of it was that, and the other half was just people were so enamored with this new technology, and they're like, oh, well, 2D animation isn't going to be needed. We're not going to, that's the thing of the past now. And sort of, I see some of it coming back. You have studios like Powerhouse, which they're the people who do Castlevania. They're bringing back 2D animation, and there are some studios like Flake County Production that do puppet animation, but it's still 2D. And there's a reappreciation for that, because what happens with 3D is, I think, as awesome as 3D is, a lot of animators, because the program does so much of the work for it, the basics get lost. So there are more animators in like the generation that basically my age that came up who they aren't as solid on the basics of animation. It's like, well, 3D is great and CGI is great, but if that should be a tool instead of the only thing you can do, is what I mean. So you should know how to do like basic animation. You should know how to do like hand draw a ball bounce, but so many animators now don't know how to do that. So I don't know, I'm going on a bit of a soapbox, but I wish American animation had more 2D and that would come back.
Yeah,
sorry, I was just
go ahead.
Don't they realize that people are more likely to see 2D animated than 3D CGI movies?
Is that true? People like seeing the 2D. Well, I remember the 3D stuff when it first came out. It was just so new and cool. So that and Pixar. You know what? Pixar was what really changed the game, because Pixar was what they were doing was revolutionary. But let's be real. What made them successful wasn't just they were doing 3D animation. It was that their stories were really good. And sort of that, well, you know how like Hollywood types think. They're just like, oh, let me just copy the surface level like appearance of what this person is doing that's successful, just like how they do with every anime adaptation, instead of actually understanding the storytelling and what makes it successful. Like the underneath just the veneer. So that's why like Disney bought out Pixar, and then so many other animation studios started doing 3D stuff, and which is great, but I feel like it didn't need to push out 2D animation.
Well,
I don't know. What do you think?
There's a huge resurgence in 2D animation going on right now. Like if you're on Twitter and you actually start following a bunch of the animators, you're like, oh shit, man, these guys are everywhere. And they're just doing their own thing. So the indie scene is where it's at, just like everything else right now. A lot of people are in the big corporate environment, but you can't do cool shit. You can do what the corporate entity wants to make money, but when you're like, no, I want to make like this awesome robot thing blasting, and there's like, yeah, we don't see how that's going to turn a profit. So they're like, well, screw it, I'm going to do it on my own time. And then you see it, and then they start picking up traction. So that it's there and it's growing. It's just back in the indie scene now. Right.
That's very interesting. And honestly, this kind of ties into probably this is what you're doing, because this is an indie comic, but it's, I think, are you making this because you have having it animated in mind and you want people to see what it would be like if it was animated? Because that's the kind of impression I got.
It's like one of those things where like if you see it moving, it adds value to it. Like it just like being like a part of CG. Like I'm not a big creator by any means, So anything that I can do to like stick my like head up a little bit further than anyone else.
Matter of time.
It'll come. But yeah, it also adds like that, just that little bit more credibility to the thing that you're doing.
Yeah. Animation, the things that move in animated trailers are very, very catchy.
Well, plus someone like you know the actual like work that had to go into it. So you know that like, I'm not fucking around when I'm doing this.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I was like, okay, this guy's committed, and I know that. Well, not everyone knows the intricacies of animation, but that's what I thought when I saw this. Was like, this guy is serious, not fucking around. All right, let me scroll down on your campaign. Let's take a closer look at this thing. You still have 30 days left, and you're 3,000 fixed goal, and you're halfway there. So you'll definitely get to your goal, and hopefully a lot of stretch goals as well.
Actually, funny enough, I do not have stretch goals at all for this campaign.
Oh, well, all right.
Reason for
okay.
I was gonna say reason for that. I'm up here in Canada, and when we do our shipping, it's strictly by weight. So if you go like 1 gram over, the price of shipping doubles automatically. So yeah, so I screw myself. I'm just like, no, not doing that. So
what kind of despotic country?
Like
you don't have like media mail?
No, nothing like that. It's like straight up
Canada now.
Well, I also found that USPS is not shipping or delivering anything in Australia, so I had to use something else.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Poop. Why?
The coof.
Oh, what does that have to do with mailing our shit?
I don't know.
Do your job, USPS.
Everyone's lost their minds.
That's true. I mean, oh come on, Australia's gone crazy with that. Oh, okay, people are silly. Comics Mate, hello, good day.
What up, Dean?
What up? It's the Alex VRB in the house. Eric the Guapo, hi. Somebody could be about Lola, hello.
Hey, Lola.
Lola in your butt,
Shipping sucks.
Shipping does suck. I don't know. In the US, we're fortunate enough to have media mail, so I pretty much expect like around $3 for almost everything. But then I had to ship something overseas the other day. They're like, your cheapest option, which is like it takes 2 weeks. It's like $30. Just
yeah, inflation
for like a book, just like a Gemini mailer.
Yeah, it's inflation because media mail $2.89. It raised to $3.19, and
yeah, I don't know. I was kind of waiting for it to go back down because I don't know if it's a storm, but it probably isn't. It's probably just inflation.
I usually tack on an extra little bit to the campaign in the shipping and handling because usually every 3 to 6 months it'll bump up, especially right before Christmas time because they know they can. You're
right. Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, they got us over a barrel on that one. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that I kind of get that, but it's inflation. Stop! The world is burning. Stop. Okay. Anyways, the world is burning, but you can make it better by supporting indie comics and reading indie comics.
Yeah, get those little slices of joy while you can. There, people.
Yes. Before everything dies in a hellfire, you can no longer get these books.
Yeah, you can use these as kindling for your own fire. How about that?
Oh no! No, hold on to your indie books as the last bastion of hope when the world goes to shit. Okay, I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. You do you. Maybe you want to use it as kindling. All right, that was a tangent.
It got dark real quick.
But what's new? Welcome to my show. Yeah. So, tell us about the story. What's this about?
All right, so at its core, just a classic, hero's journey. We have Nitto, the main character there. He's grown up in the ever-growing forest, mystical, magical place. And the only people that he's really had contact with are the guy in the far background there. That's Catmaster Lee, Trigger the chicken, and Sissik the snake. They're essentially his surrogate father figures, brother figures, and uncle figures. And the guy that's reaching for him there, that's Wessa of the Wild. And he's got his own machinations and plots and plans for Nitto. And it all stems around him leaving where he grew up to go find something to save Catmaster Lee's life. Or perceived save his life. Let's put it that way. Perceived?
Okay, don't spoil too much.
Yeah.
Is okay. I like the animal characters. You probably have gotten this a few times already, but I can see, especially with the trailer and like the art style and the eyes, I see a lot of Naruto. Oh yeah. But like the animals and stuff, that reminds me of more like of Dragon Ball. So I'm seeing because it's all the anime stuff I know. I'm seeing the influences.
Well, that's good because
it makes me happy.
That's definitely where I'm drawing from. Because
cool. Some people want to have their influences pointed out. Other people are like, oh, I don't want my stuff to just remind people of other stuff. But no, it's its own thing. Like you're creating a story that's unique, but like having your influences show is a good thing because when people see this, they're like, oh, this reminds me of Naruto, but it's like a slightly different style, a new story. People are going to like that. They're going to want to read more about it.
Yeah, and no matter what, your own personal style is gonna evolve with the story. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing with it. Like,
Oh yeah.
I actually I was tattooing for 19 years, and then I retired for 4 years. Went into animation, did storyboards for a couple of years, and while I was doing that, part of the whole goal was like, all right, I'm not tattooing. I don't have to deal with tattoo styles. Let me actually figure out how the hell I want to draw this thing. Because that was always a big hurdle for me, because like being a 90s kid, you know, growing up with like, you know, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, like all those aspects, you know, that was a very much focused style that I drew in. But I was like, man, if I draw like that, I'm never going to finish a story. It's going to take too long. So I got to find a more economical way of doing it. And manga and anime, I was just like, yeah, this works. And I actually really enjoy drawing in this fashion.
So going with manga style was obviously because you like the style and you like manga and anime, but it was also a time-saving choice for you. You say? Yeah,
completely. Like I'm a detail whore, so I have to always pull back.
See, look at these backgrounds.
I can choose where I can be, you know, a detail monster, and like backgrounds is where I'll do it.
Right. I like the floating stones. Yeah, I was gonna say the backgrounds are so much detail. I like drawing detail too, but that stuff is time consuming, dude.
Exactly. So I figured if I keep the characters clean, and then do you know Blade of the Immortal?
Yeah.
So I love the way that he does his stuff, is because you know, it's very like sketchy and all this kind of stuff, but then he'll spend like a money shot and it looks freaking like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then he'll just leave it. So it's almost like a nice like pause to like absorb that piece. So just being selective of how and when I can do that stuff, like I'm super stoked to get into the aspects of that part of the book. So
hell yeah, that's a really great approach. That's something that I should probably try to figure out as well, because I also have a detailed style, and honestly, it's killing me. It's killing me. What I've been doing is trying to go inkier. But also, yeah, that's Blade of the Immortal is something I wanna study, because just being more gestural and being faster, and you know, you don't have to lose your style or change it. You just have to like know when to just go fast. Yeah. So yeah, going fast without making it look like shit is honestly, that's the epitome of like artistic skill. It's really hard, but that's what we're all aiming for.
Hopefully, we're all aiming for that.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
One of the things when I was working doing storyboards that I noticed right away is the inability after a while from doing storyboards to do a finished drawing. From a lot of storyboard artists, because they're so concentrated on, you know, just getting the gestural feel across and staying on model. And, you know, I'd always talk to them as like, oh, cool, well, let me see some of your finished work. And like, I don't have finished work. And it's like, I haven't finished anything in years. I'm just like, I can't do that. I have to have finished work. Like,
yeah, I've heard that too. I very briefly did storyboards for the last animation studio I was at, and most of the people who do storyboards, it works when you just want to stay in storyboarding, but everything is like sketchy. Everything is just straight to the point storytelling, and that's great. But I don't know, if you want to branch out and do illustrations, a lot of people were saying, I can just do sketches and that's it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a skill, but you always have to like change your brain, like how it works, right?
It was a big shift for me, because like coming from the tattoo world, everything. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Show off.
Yeah, what do I got? What do I got on hand? I got.
Show. Oh yeah. I love that art style, man.
So good.
The characters, except for the characters, never really like jumped out at me, but I love the art so much.
Yeah, it's so good.
Ryan.
Yeah.
So have you ever read Samurai Deeper Kyo?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, it's pretty good. Like you said, there's, you know, not so much detail in like sequential panels, but then they'll have double page spreads or splash pages of a character getting cut in half, and it's super detailed.
And it's just glorious.
Yep.
Yeah, I dig that stuff.
Oh yeah, Samurai Deeper Kyo. I'm always surprised when people do know of that series. It's one of those things where it seems like I haven't heard a lot of people in America bringing it up, but I read it I really liked it for a while when I was in like middle school. And looking back, it's like there was no story substance to it. It was cool, but it wasn't like super deep or anything. But I remember the action scenes and the bloodshed being really cool. That's what matters, right? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's the important stuff.
Yeah, that's the important stuff. Yeah. See. Ooh, giant snake. Apparently, you have a chain smoking chicken.
Yeah, Trigger. So his whole scene is when they set out into the world, he's kind of like the no nonsense guy. He's the guy who's going to tell you how it is, whether you like it or not. But he's also the one with the most vices. You know, he likes smoking, he likes drinking, he likes partying. So when they get out into the world for the first time, you know, Nitto, our main kid here, he's got to start interacting with all this stuff for the first time, and you know, awkwardness and hilarity will ensue because it's
because you're supposed to be a moral, upstanding citizen who doesn't.
Well, he's got no idea about anything. Like these are all the people that he's grown up with, so he doesn't really see, you know, their faults until they're, you know, when they're put into the environment of other situations where he's like, dude, like you can't be doing this. We have a thing that we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be searching for this thing to go save Catmaster. Like, like you're wasting our time here. So interesting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, he'll help pull the group together, and he's got his special abilities. You know, like his smoke, like the whole world of KAYAS is magic imbued. Like everywhere where you turn, there's freaking magic everywhere, like in so many different forms and variations. But just like in our world, like we can get fit, get strong, and get buff, but it requires a lot of work. And parts of the magic world in KAYAS is like that. So a lot of people are just like, fuck that, I don't want to do that. You know, like that's so much effort. Right. But there's also people that are naturally adept at it. There are cursed people. There are, you know, enchanted items, enchanted objects. And the funny thing is with the two, certain objects can create magic. And there are part of them, one of the segments are called siphons. So if you have a magical siphon and there's magic around, it will siphon into this thing. And do you remember the gummy bears, like bouncing here, there, and everywhere?
No.
Okay, so there used to be
the American thing.
Yeah, there's a Disney cartoon called The Gummy Bears, and they used to have this stuff called gummy berry juice. And when they drank it, they got powers. So essentially, if you have a siphon, it will funnel it into a receptacle. And even if you're not a magic user, you can consume this, and whatever your latent natural ability would come out for a short period of time. Right. So you essentially have like a steroided version of people using magic this way. But the problem is you have to be around magic to siphon magic. Right. Okay. Very interesting. So magic everywhere. It's not just some magic users can be in touch with this stuff. It's even if you're not a natural magic user, you'll be able to tap into it through like an item, right? Yeah, there's another source. Yeah, there's tons of ways to access it, but also, you know, sometimes there's a massive cost to it, you know, like just the way magic should be. Right. Yeah, definitely. There should be a cost. Otherwise, there would be no stakes for your story. Exactly. So, yeah. Action lines, not speed lines. Actually, these action lines look great. This page looks really, really good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it'll look doper too. Like once I get all the actual tones in there and stuff. So. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Good action lines are hard to do. You got to know how to like warp things and draw the eyes. So this looks really great. Great job.
Oh, other than Dragon Ball, what's your favorite manga?
All time is Akira.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There we go.
But currently, right now, One Punch Man. Murata is just ridiculous with this stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god!
I'm on the chapter where Garo transforms. His art is fucking amazing.
His stuff, like it makes me feel like a kid again reading his artwork, because it makes me want to draw and make comic books like right after I'm done reading a new chapter. Like
there's so much life to the way he draws, and I just don't know how to describe it. It's a really good style. It's really charming, and there's a lot of motion to it, and it's really expressive. But it doesn't get like, he balances his detail and his motion really well. And Murata is an amazing fucking artist.
Yeah.
Mind if I share something?
Sure. What is it? One Punch Man?
No, it's Murata, his take on Dragon Ball. I like this.
I just want him to draw face!
He's so fucking good.
He's on Twitter.
Yeah, I just like the proportions that she is like 5'3" and fucking Nappa's
Just
8 feet,
gigantic.
I guess.
Yeah.
Damn, so good!
And these are just loose pencils. I don't know. This isn't inked or anything, so yeah.
You ever watch any of his live streams?
Murata has live streams.
Yeah, I didn't know he had live streams.
Yeah, he's got a couple live streams. Somebody on YouTube reposts them, but it's like him doing like live pages and stuff, and it's so fucking fast too. And like he'll draw stuff, and it's done, and he'll just erase it all and start over again because it didn't feel right.
That hurts my soul.
Yeah, it's defeating because I'm like, oh, this is a 4 hour, and I'll go through it, and he's like, oh, he erased the entire thing halfway through. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, that's so painful. Yeah, it's. Oh, as someone who doesn't draw that fast, that's always painful. I mean, I get it. Sometimes something just doesn't feel right. You want it to be perfect, but still, man, how to get to his level, Alex VRB? No, and no, nope.
Yes, Naruto.
No,
the fucking animator one asked for.
I will say this though: the season finale of season 1, that fight scene with Momoshiki, Naruto, and Sasuke is fucking wild. And the fact this is one of the cool things is it's the first time that they brought in a non-Japanese director and non-Japanese Sakuga artist to do that scene. Like, so in the world of Japanese animation, it's a legit thing. So
yeah, but the only reason that scene was badass is because it was Naruto. It wasn't this ridiculous stuff.
Well, yeah.
I actually did watch Naruto. I just didn't watch Shippuden or whatever the sequel series was. I thought
after
Naruto
the age up,
but it's just
so much filler.
I feel like, well, yeah, but I also feel like Weebs ruined it.
Yeah, sort of the people doing Naruto runs everywhere kind of got annoying. Naruto was I really liked it when it first came out, but I dropped it after the time skip for some reason, and I don't want to say it's sort of like it's popular now, so I don't like it anymore. But it was kind of like the fandom was a little weird. But,
anime and manga fandom getting weird? No.
no. What?
The heck did you say?
Both Bleach and Naruto were really good at first, and I was those are some of my favorite series in like middle school. But then I don't know. We all know what happened to Bleach, but. Mm-hmm. Naruto, I just lost interest after the time skip.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does coming back to Bleach, though.
Yeah, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, the editorial situation is different, and he actually wants to draw it, is like inspired to do it, because that was the whole problem. It's apparently editorial was making him take the story in a direction he didn't want to, and he was just like really fucking uninspired to keep on drawing it. And I was like,
you could tell.
I know. I was like, just stop torturing yourself. It's such a pity. It's such a pity. It was so cool at first. I feel like Bleach was one of those things where it should be like Death Note or like Demon Slayer, but it's just you had finite story idea and you push it to its limit, and then you end it where like the character art is done. But then it was they just started regurgitating the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
And it was so transparent what was going on.
No, you're wrong. We need to.
I wish they didn't ruin it.
Wrong. We have to be like One Piece and just run on forever.
No, One Piece is different though. That's Oda actually wanting to go on forever, and he's madman. He just wants to like do this long story. That was basically his like childhood pirate story, and he's just like, I've always wanted to draw a pirate story since I was a little kid, so I grew up and I drew the pirate story. I'm just like, it's just, what is your life? No, Oda's different. It's not a matter of stories being too long. It's a matter of being longer than it needs to be. Like some stories, when you're done telling it, you're done. So it's okay to you gotta put your foot down about it.
Oda's bonkers too, because like just the world development, like, oh, let's check out this island, and it's all fleshed out. Like every nook and cranny of it is completely thought through. Like you can go down the Wikipedia of One Piece and just like, oh, I'm gonna check this section out, and you'll be there forever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Oda's actually not human. Blingo's Vengeful Ghost says number 32. I think you got a new
Oh,
backer.
Joe, thank you, Bingo.
Blingo saving the day. All right, let's refresh. 7 now, and oh, you're 31, dude.
Bam!
Hey!
Sweet.
You got 4 backers. I'm gonna pretend that's all me.
I think it is.
I don't know. That's so good to see, though. That's so cool. I'm glad to see you're getting more backers.
Yeah, me too.
Guys, get in on this now. Are you running this for 30 days, or are you gonna extend it?
So I'm going to do the 30, extend, and then I'm going to keep it open until I start fulfilling, and then I'm going to take it down, but then I'm going to do a second chance as soon as I start fulfilling.
Okay.
There might be some extra goodies in that second chance, but I got to see how everything pans out here. So
Right on. All right. Let's see.
Oh, and just as a heads up to everyone too, the issue 1 copies that are available here, I only have a limited supply of the first print run on these, so that's why there's only 75 available in that featured perk. Just because I have to kind of like I don't want to run out. So once this 75 is done, I see how much I have left, and then I'm going to be putting another batch up. So that's how it's operating.
Sweet. All right. And the whole thing is black and white?
It's all black and white. The only cover stuff or color stuff that you can get is in the secret tier. So if anybody signed up for the secret tier, be sure to check your emails, check your spam folder, check your promotions folder. The email got sent out yesterday, and that's the only way to get into the secret tier. And with that, there is the color gatefold color cover for issue 1, and they'll be doing that for issue 2 as well. And same thing, limited run on those as well.
Sweet. All right. I see here that you have a silkscreen wood print. That is unique. That is unique. How did that idea come about?
So for my first campaign, I did a wood print tier, and there's a way to transfer onto the wood, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass. And if you screw up, you screw the print up. Like, it's just, there's no recovery. So people really liked it just because it's a different tier. So this time I'm going with an actual silkscreen wood print. So I'm gonna make the silkscreen myself, do it all up, and then just have it available as part of the mega pack.
Sweet, that's a really, really cool idea.
Plus, it can be used as a backing board for shipping.
Right, so it's comic size.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Shannon Sullivan said, I like the flow of line on this page you showed. Super stuff. I think he was talking about the action page. That was very, very lovely.
Oh, thanks.
And teaching us languages. I don't know how to pronounce that. Can you type how to phonetically pronounce that?
How's the crake?
But it's not Gaelic. You don't pronounce it the way you write it in English, so I don't want to say it wrong, but hi, what's up? Let's see, here's the link. Cool, backing board, double purpose. Yes, very smart. Hell yeah, that is really awesome. I love seeing some people have been doing people have been doing wood burning. That's something I'm doing for my campaign.
Yeah, I saw you doing that. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's that was a great idea.
As soon as I saw you do that, in my head, I was just like, oh, I hope she doesn't get too many of those because that takes a while to do.
Once again, honestly, I've gone pretty fast, but still, it's I did take on too many, but we've been over the excuses. I was expecting to get 50 backers, and I have over 700 now. Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem.
Yeah, it's a good problem. So, Eric, no. Yeah, I've seen people doing silk screen prints. Screen prints on I think 656 Comics was doing that on screen printing or silk on a screen printed poster and stuff for their Undead Border book, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And this is another thing that I really like, seeing these collectible, almost collectible items, art pieces, art, rare collectibles tacked onto these comic campaigns. And this is why indies and crowdfunding are great, because this is all you have control over these rare items. You don't get to get these things if you buy, I don't know, image books and stuff.
Exactly. And just having that little bit extra one-on-one between you and the person that backed the project, like it means so much to like me for people backing it, and also I get to make some cool artwork that's not going to be anywhere else for them. So
yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. So you've got issue 2 sketch cover, issue 1 and 2 combo pack. So
yeah, if
3 issues.
If you want to click on the featured there's actually more stuff that comes with it.
Okay.
So we have issue 1, issue 2, and then we have 2 6x9 inch black and white prints. Then we have a sticker pack and 4 trading cards. So
trading cards.
That's kind of like the main bundle that comes with everything. So
sweet. Yeah, I've taken a liking to trading cards, so I like that. Very cool.
And this is how I'm kind of like getting around doing like the stretch goal thing. I figure I'm just going to put it all in the package already. That way I'm not going to have to, be like, oh, am I like 2 grams over and the shipping is going to screw me? It's like, no, I weighed everything out in advance. It's like I'm under, so it'll be good.
That's nuts, man. I don't even know how media mail works. I think if you're not under a certain weight, but it's not, I don't know, I could ship like 2 or 3 books and we're fine. They're like, oh, it's media mail. So, no, it's, anyway, media mail here is so much cheaper, and it's criminal that you have to, like, worry about it that much. Ah!
Yeah, it's a huge factor, because I'm pretty sure, like, Bancroft had to deal with that, too, because I'm pretty sure there's stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Oh, my word. Liberate Australia! Liberate Canada! Oh, gosh. So how did you come up with the name? Probably a weird question, but I'm wondering.
This will be right up your alley with the whole language thing. So I'm originally of Cree descent, and up here in Canada, that's part of the First Nations. There's like a whole whack of us up here. And the Cree are kind of like the people that met up with the French and started going into the prairies. And the language that they speak is Cree. So KAYAS is from there, and it actually means a long time ago. So it's kind of like a variation on once upon a time. And in the story, I'm actually using the Cree language for a lot of stuff, incantations, stones, ruins, all that kind of stuff, using the syllabic style of writing, because the alphabet's already set. It's already there. It already works out. But the tricky thing is I have to be very selective in the words that I'm using, because the Cree language has a tendency to run on for simple things. Like the color red, red is red, but in Cree, it's like a 6-syllable thing. And it's like, well, I can't use that, like that doesn't work for me.
Wow, that's nuts.
But for like, KAYAS means a long time ago. So there's this weird flippant version that happens. So you have these long worded things that can be summed up in one word. Right.
Really interesting. Usually more common things tend to be shorter in languages. So
yeah,
really, that's really unique.
Yeah, so there's like Cree to English dictionary. Thankfully, Cree is one of the most documented native languages in Canada, so I'm not going to run into like many issues finding stuff what I need to make work. And yeah, so part of it is me bringing my heritage, my language into this stuff, but being aware of not forcing it down people's throats, because nobody fucking likes that.
Yeah, I love this stuff though, because the problem is, nobody likes anything forced down their throats. Mm-hmm. But I love seeing incorporating different influences and different cultures into comics, and this is the kind of thing where it's in the background. It's not like you wouldn't know, because I wouldn't have known that unless you told me. But if you really like the series and you delve into it and you look into, well, what is this language that's in the book, and you flip to the back and you look at the glossary, you're like, oh, this is a Cree language, and you learn more about the language and culture. I think that's flipping awesome. Do you have like an example of the writing on the Indiegogo campaign?
No, I don't actually. I could bring some of it up here.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to see.
Yeah,
Time of Dying. Oh, thank you. Time of Dying, Just Back Fiendish. You're awesome, and have a good night. Thank you.
Let's see here.
Billy's here. Billy. Yeah, if you have any examples of the language, I would love to see that. This is what is the variant cover unlocks?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the variant cover unlocks. The way that I'm doing that is a little bit different as well, because I'm stupid.
No.
So because I'm doing everything limited print run, only 300 copies are printed of each cover of the standard edition. So when those sell out, that's it. That cover gets retired, and then that'll unlock a new variant cover once those are sold out. And that too will also be a very limited print run, which may only be anywhere from 100 to 300 maximum.
I see. Okay.
So that way, anybody who gets on the project is getting something that's limited edition.
Right. That's smart. You're making this even though you're going to make the book continually available, every sort of collection or every section of it or print run is unique.
Exactly.
Right.
So
it makes it more valuable and unique.
So every 3 campaigns, those are the only times that you're going to be able to get the standard comic book size copy of this. After that, they're going to be collected and put into a probably this size version. Once that's it, man, they don't get reprinted. You'll only be able to get the story in the Tankabon version.
Awesome. All right. Very, very cool. Very cool.
If you want to bring my screen up here, I got a little bit of an example of the writing.
Yes. Let's see. Language is my thing. Ooh.
So yeah, it's based on syllabics, which they've kind of used for a lot of indigenous tribes, because once they can figure out like what vowels they're using and stuff like that, then it's easy to start cross-referencing. Like I think the Blackfoot have their own version of the Blackfoot syllabics, and
interesting. I didn't know they used Cyrillic for that many indigenous languages.
Oh yeah, ton of them.
I wonder why.
Just because it's easier to translate and lock stuff up, where it's just like, oh, okay, you guys don't actually use these consonants, we can get rid of those, and now we can actually bridge that gap to communicating with you. And back in the day, they picked it up really quick, and it just went, rampant through all the Cree community and a lot of the native communities, because they're like, oh, hey, we could write this stuff. That's awesome.
Right. Cool. Yeah. So how much of this writing will you see? Is it just like words, or will you see like whole documents? Because you're not building a language based off of the Cree language, right? You're just using the Cree language.
Yeah, I'm using key specific parts. So there'll be like incantations that'll be used and stuff like that. I can always, refer back home where I grew up and be like, yo, am I saying this right? Am I using these words properly? And they're like, no, you dumbass, you're not doing that right at all.
How fluent are you?
Oh man, I forgot all my stuff from being a kid. Like just I grew up with it. My grandma spoke it, my uncle spoke it, and then as you grow older, it just gets washed out, So this is like attempt to kind of like re-indoctrinate myself into the language and start picking up the pieces of the past a little bit. So
right, I know that feeling. I have a dialect, a Taiwanese dialect that's a minority dialect that my family speaks, and I'm trying to relearn it as well. And this is another reason that I really love what you're doing, because it's not to go on about myself, but I want to do something similar to this, because I have a family background in a rare language, and I want to let more people see it. I want to help the language survive, because it's one of those things where like young people, they mostly speak Mandarin, and if they take a second language, they learn English, and like barely anybody speaks Taiwanese anymore. And then nobody speaks Hakka. Hakka is like the dialect that my family speaks. So I'm the only grandchild that speaks any of it, and it's crazy because I'm the half American. So I speak more of it than my Taiwanese born cousins. So I was like, oh, I need to like relearn it and bring it back. This is so cool that you're doing this thing. You're doing exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's just reaching out into my past, and hopefully I can cross over with some of the elders, because they have stories and myths and legends that aren't written. It's all oral. So
yeah.
And a lot of that stuff is going to make its way into KAYAS, but just in a different form. Like in Naruto, there was like the folk tales of Jiraiya the Gallant. I didn't even know that those were folktales in Japan until I was just going through Wikipedia, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, these are based on like old play folktales. It's like, then they just integrated so seamlessly into Naruto. I was like, oh, I just learned some little bit of history without even like noticing it. And I was like, that's how you do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff in manga and anime where it's folk tales or it's just like cultural stories, and us as Westerners, we don't know about it, but it's like delving into stuff like Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke. And we can tell that, well, you know, we get the idea, and a lot of Westerners are like, oh, Spirited Away, it feels right. It feels like I like the story. I get generally what it's saying, but I don't get the references, and it feels confusing. I was like, well, it wouldn't be confusing to a Japanese person because all the spirits, they mean something. All these, like, all the buildings and the, like, the cups they drink from and the clothes, they all mean something. It's cultural stories. Like, there's layers of it behind there. So it's cool to add that kind of stuff into the stories that you're telling, because I don't know, it's there's, I think the stories that came before us, we can incorporate it, you know, into what we're creating, because we're not creating in a void. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, and even with like the language here, like this is just one variation of it. Like just like all language, once you get like, you know, an hour away, it's the same, but it's a little bit different, you know, and an hour away from there, it's the same, but a little bit different. So there's lots of variations all across Canada on the way it's written and the way it's spoken too. So
that's crazy, man. So how much contact do you have with, like you said, elders and the culture? Are you pretty immersed with it? Are you going to be able to like put a lot of it into your project?
I'm not like super on tap with them, but the good thing is it doesn't take much for me to be like, hey, I'm doing this thing. And everybody's super on board with it, because they're just like, oh, this is going to get, you know, potentially just a small reach outside of where they're from, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's really cool. Bam. I really hope your project is going to take off, man.
Well, I'm taking the slow, steady approach with everything, you know, like, even with like doing the animated trailer, I'm like, that's in my pocket now. That's something that I can show people. Like, yeah, I animated this. I'm not screwing around. Here's the first book I did. I'm not screwing around. This is the second book I'm doing, you know? So there's, again, added value to the thing that you're doing. And also even with, you know, the language aspect, that's value within the context of the story itself. So
right on. So you heard it here. This man is not screwing around. This project is not screwing around. There's some serious shit. You should back it.
Well, it's seriously,
and the limited run covers. This stuff's gonna be worth so much money. So get it now. Okay. Sorry, you were saying.
I was saying as serious as you can get with a, you know, continually chain smoking chicken and a talking snake, you know.
No, man, that sounds fucking awesome. I want a chain smoking chicken. I haven't seen that before.
Well, with him,
I love
too,
that.
like he is constantly smoking. Like there is no stop to him smoking. He always has it. Even if he's like sleeping passed out, he's smoking one. And if it goes out, he just reaches in and grabs a fresh one and like.
That's great. Oh, that's great. The little hat too. It's not just smoking. It has a little hat.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And balls on his chin. Like.
I mean, but that's what chickens look like. Chickens have like chin balls.
Yeah, but I specifically made them nice and round because.
So is this a kid's book?
Suggested 13 and up. 13
oh, okay,
up.
Cool. I mean, you know, something explicit.
Yeah, another thing with Trigger too is like he's the one who can get away with quote unquote swearing in the book because he's a chicken, so he can say cluck and buck. So it'd be like, oh, mother clucker, buck you. Like he's able to say it without saying it. So.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. John says, does Taiwanese sound like Chinese? It's like a sister language of Chinese. That's the way dialects work in like the sinosphere. It's a Sinitic language. So some things sound similar, but some things don't. So the way I explain it is like Portuguese and Spanish, basically, which is the same as Cantonese and Mandarin. So yeah, there's actually a lot of dialects all around China and the sinosphere, and that's all the same relation. But I don't know. I'll get into that more some other. I should do like a whole video just talking about language someday. I was playing this with Allie, who also she came in with the language for her Egg Beater comic, and I've been like talking to some other people who are doing languages for their books, and it's like now I have to invite you as well. So it's like I want to just like nerd out about language for a whole video. It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, there's more people making up languages for their CG books.
Yeah.
All right.
And I encourage it.
Well, I'm not making shit up. I'm just like, hey, this exists. Sweet.
You don't have to make stuff up.
You could do it like in Attack on Titan when I think it was Reiner. He was looking at a can of food and it had the Eldian language on it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so you don't have to like make up an entire language, but you can show symbols that represent the language.
Yeah. No. What I did was fucking insane. But...
Yeah, I don't suggest anyone doing what she did. Make a fucking spreadsheet.
Yeah. I didn't have to go that far, and you don't have to. But you know, it's immersive. If you're creating something that's a fantasy world, you want it to feel like it's fantasy. So you don't want people to just see like English writing in it. That wouldn't make sense.
Now, did you get into like currency and economics as well into your world, or?
Of course.
Of course you did.
Of
You're
course.
doing language. You have to do economics.
Yeah. Well, I made it really simple because I was like, I wanted to be about. First of all, for my project, I decided that the world would be more like wild, and I want the world to feel more dangerous. So it's not like a world where there are large empires and that provides this sort of like safety to society. It's like city states and towns, and if you leave towns, it's just like the Wild West. So that's much easier to deal with. It's like so it's the economics is mostly barter. So there's on the other continent, I have like my fantasy China, and that's the only place in the world where there's a large empire that like controls the economy. They use like standardized money, but most of the world is not like that. So it makes things more, like to the point, and I can focus on like the characters a little more. But I also like that kind of setting. I like that a pre-medieval kind of like bad, like old, almost bordering prehistory kind of society, and it's like a little wild, and it's a little lawless kind of world, Yeah,
it allows for a lot of flexibility in the storytelling too. So
yeah. So it's like it's not like it's just one country, and because stuff like Berserk, I'm not that interested in writing politics is the thing. I don't want to be, because I thought of it when I was building the world, and I was like, okay, because like the characters travel, and the story concerns certain groups of people like warring with each other, and it's like, well, then I'm gonna have to write like, what does this neighboring group does? If there is a kingdom here, how does this kingdom respond? I'm just like, this is too much freaking work. I don't like writing politics. I like writing about this character and this gang of people. They have these superpowers. They're gonna go punch those people with superpowers, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I don't want to get that. Yeah, I'm not George R. R. Martin. No. But yeah, everybody has their preferences.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing political intrigue with KAYAS, so everybody could rest easy there too.
No, some people are really good at it. I just don't enjoy doing it.
No, and then that's the thing with doing these projects. You have to enjoy what you're doing. Otherwise, why the hell are you doing it?
Absolutely. Why would you hand animate a trailer and
because I'm dumb.
No, you're not dumb. You're dedicated.
Well, definitely dedicated.
Yes, you're very dedicated. It's to an mildly insane level. But
it was funny. I had a buddy of mine. He used to be a creative director and art director for, I can't remember the company, but here in Vancouver. And so I just show him stuff every now and then. And he'd be like, oh, it's looking good. Oh, it's looking good. Cool. And then I was like, hey, I'm done. And then I showed it to him, and he was just like, you just made a cartoon, man. Like, you made a cartoon. I was like, I know. I'm like,
it's like, yep, that happened.
So he's working on his project too, and he's kind of like beating the head against the wall because he's like he's stuck in was it the paralysis of the storytelling right now? Like, how do I go about doing this?
Right.
And I'm just like, step on the gas, go forward. You'll figure it out, man. Like, don't worry about it too much.
Right. That's true. I have a friend who's been kind of they have a project that has been. I feel like they're ready to put it out, but of course they don't feel like it, and it's been in development hell for a few years. It's a comic project, and what I say is everyone works differently, and the friend that I'm talking about, I think they work more structurally, like they want everything to be planned out before they draw it. But I was like, things are always going to change when you put it on paper. Yep. Like there's a certain level of, you just have to trust. You're going to have to just trust yourself. You're just going to have to like put it out there. And like, I understand everybody works differently, but even like you can't have everything perfectly planned and know exactly, like, I wrote the script, so the final will be exactly what's on the script, and the script will be exactly what's in the outline. Like things will flux because it's not final and until you put it on paper. And sometimes when you draw it on paper and you draw the faces and you put the letters on, then it's like the characters become real, right? They jump out, and then they start saying something different to you. It's almost the story starts telling itself.
I was just going to say that, like, you could have it planned, written, plotted how you want, but when the characters start speaking, they have their own voice and it fucks your plan up. Like,
but it's a good thing because the characters start telling you, and it gets easier. Once you get through the first couple of chapters, it gets so much easier because the characters, it's like they're telling you what they would do. And you stop just sitting there like, you're not thinking about it structurally, like this is the character arc, so I need to direct this character to do this other thing. It happens more naturally.
Exactly.
But you can't get to that point until you sit down and make the project happen and start drawing.
Yeah.
So
I figure as long as you have like a loose enough framework, like you can have the structure built, but the wiring, the guts, all that kind of stuff, that's what happens on the page. That's what happens on the paper. You let that do its thing. As long as you have your arbitrary, your framework there, it's going to get built no matter what.
Oh yeah. The framework and the foundations of your story need to be good, But as long as your foundations are good, it's like you need to know, I guess, the general plot. You need to like know your ending, stick to it, know like your beginning, middle, and end, and like don't change that even if no matter what, like what outside readers say, or like someone else is like another writer's like, I don't know, you like need to know your story, and this is what I want to say, and you stick to it. And you need to know your themes, and you need to know like your protagonist, what's the character arc, and those things, if you stick to those, a lot of things can flux around it, and a lot of things will change, and that's my experience at least, and that's okay.
Like the way that I have it set up for KAYAS is, again, you have your beginning, middle, end, and I have the arcs in between there, but I have more than enough wiggle room for the characters to develop and become things or things to happen. Like there's, as long as they're going to be going from point A to point B, what happens along the way, that's half the fun of creating. So I made sure that I left enough of that room to actually have fun on the page while making stuff.
Yeah. I think I understand wanting to be cautious, but it kind of, I don't know, honestly. So I've always wanted to do my own comic, but all through my 20s, I was like, I'm just not ready, and I need to come up with a better idea, which is true. I wasn't ready because I was too young, but at the same time, I also realized like you can't make sure everything is perfect. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and start drawing it. And it's like even right now with my project, I don't know. I found something where I really like I really like the story, and I feel like this is a story that it says what I really want to say, and I could stick with it for a very, very long time. But and if things change, that's fine. And there's things that I drew going from like chapter 1 to chapter 2, things change. This didn't turn out the way I originally envisioned it. That's cool. I think it's better because you're growing with your story. Like honestly, creating something like this, I feel like it's almost like you're growing with it. And it's a journey for you as a creator as well. So you can't be bogged down with the prep work forever. And the prep work is ongoing. Like when you're drawing the pages and you're putting the books out. You're developing and your script is developing. It's not just like you create the plot and then the script and then you draw it and then it's like step by step. All of it evolves at once together.
Yeah. I try to keep it like very Marvel method when creating. Like I said, very, very loose plot, and I let the characters and the pacing happen on the page, and then I can go back, tweak, tune, readjust panels in the thumbnail stage, and then then it's doing the mechanical part of making it look awesome.
Oh, I script like mangaka, so I don't have a script. Yeah, on the page, my thumbnails are my scripts.
Exactly.
So I don't have a script. I write a plot outline and then I just do the sketch and then I letter first and then I start penciling.
Yeah, I have the exact same thing. I have the general feel of how I want them to say something. It may not be exactly how they say it in the end, because word balloons and stuff can be chopped down. So you could, but yeah, that's the exact same way I do it. So
let me share a quick glimpse. You guys want to see exclusive sneak peek? Ooh, what?
You posted in Discord all the thumbnails.
Oh yeah, which I've been refining. So I said I'm done with the layouts. I'm not, because when am I ever done with the layouts? But yeah, so here's a really quick sneak peek. This is chapter 2.
Nice.
Oh, these are. I have a few. Some of the pages are inked, but these are penciled. I won't go to this. This is chicken scratch. This is like the roughest stage, but this right here is how I script.
Yep.
And I don't have a formal script. I do this chicken scratch, and then I do the lettering. And right now I'm moving the panels around, trying to change the layout. I'm trying to cut down on pages, but add in some scenes that I think characters should have some more interactions for certain emotional beats. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, it's I don't know. You can call it the Marvel method. This is how a lot of mangaka work, and it's just what speaks to me more. I was taught the American way of doing comics in the more rigid, you do a script and panel by panel, screen direction. That was what I was taught in school. It never worked for me.
So I got not heavy dyslexia, but if you put anything in front of me, read this page, my mind just clicks out, which was really tough doing storyboards, because that's all you get is you get the script.
Right.
And they're like, all right, here's a script, and we'll start doing breakdowns. And I'm always just I'm going to need 2 days to get through this script just so I could mentally process it, because this is just mess to me. This is just gross. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? It's I'm going to fall asleep about halfway through because it's just boring. It's just boring. This is a task. This is a chore.
That's why images help. Images are what speak to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom is slightly dyslexic. I've never dealt with that, but yeah, everyone works differently. Just doing saying that you have to write a script, and I clashed with my teachers over my work process so many times. But it's I don't know. It's as long as the project is there, that's what's important, man.
Yep, yeah, and end result is the key.
Yes, the end result is key. You're right. Billy Maxo says KAYAS looks seriously dope. I like seeing more manga. Yes, I do too. And as we can see, the quality bar keeps raising. You're right. It does. More manga. We're taking over.
Slowly in every aspect.
We're taking over. I love philology. It's in my comic book too. Invite me. Okay, I'll invite you. It's again, sorry, I've been busy, but yes, we're gonna have a 10-person panel in the end. It's just I have my language. I'm so happy to see other people that are just as nerdy, though. That's great. Yeah, join us. The CG Metalsmith Phoenix Animation. Hey, what's up? Hi, glad you can join us. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello. Let's just see. Catch up with the chat. Shane O'Sullivan says, writing politics into story can be interesting when all sides are shown rather than it being one-sided. Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's not to say that my story does have politics in it. But also, I think more than that, it's that it should be in-world politics, right? People don't like being reminded of like too on-the-nose real-world stuff. What's
as long
funny
as
is,
it's go ahead.
it's I was going to go on a bit of a, I guess it's not really a tangent. So I just finished reading Chainsaw Man, and no spoilers. But when you zoom out and look at what the story was saying, it ties into the real world. But it's not like on the nose. It's like a thought experiment on a, there's social commentary in that comic, but it's not like, it doesn't hammer anyone over the head. It's like sort of, these are the things we fear, these are things that are problems, and maybe like with the villain again, which I won't say who it is, the main villain, because you don't know for most of the story, but you show it's like they have reasons. So I think it's not interesting anymore when it becomes one-sided. You're right, Shane, and it becomes like really one-dimensional, because then it's basically propaganda, and like that's not what people like to read. Yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say, Ryan?
Oh, I was just going to say, when it comes to quote-unquote politics, it may not be politics, but how somebody uses their own motives and machinations to get people to do what they want. And, depending on the power structure that they've set up, then that's when you can get into that political intrigue of like, I got to get so-and-so to do this, so I'm going to, position X, Y, and Z to make them do that.
Right. It's hard to completely avoid that. And what Billy Baxo says, like, political intrigue, but as a B plot, like Ghost in the Shell or Appleseed, has to take a backseat. I like that as well, because I don't like writing political intrigue, but the parts of it.
We all know how Star Wars went with political intrigue.
Right. Yeah. They cut it and it was still horrible. Well, they cut so much of it and it was still like completely bogged down. It should be a necessity. Like, it just should be there to push up to support the world building. And it's like, well, nations exist, and like there are these, clans exist, or so it would happen. You would have political intrigue, but I don't think people read comics to like learn about, watch Senate meetings and shit. So
we don't even do that in real life. Why would we?
No, it's just like it's like, do you want your comic to be C-SPAN? Like, what the hell? It's a comic book. People want to watch superpowered people punching each other. And
nobody's punching each other in the face yet. Like,
well, in some Senates they do.
Oh, I've seen some of the, was it the Thai Senate? They usually go at it pretty good.
Oh god, so many countries. So in East Asia, usually they're pretty calm, but a while ago, the Taiwanese Senate, they had people throwing chairs at each other. I was like, I was living. It was great. Just like, if our politics were always like this, it would be so much more fun. I'd pay so much more attention.
One example I like to use is when George R. R. Martin wrote a letter to Tolkien, he wanted to know how Aragorn's tax system would work. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
This is why he's never finishing his books. Honestly, because George R. R. Martin is a brilliant fucking writer, but he gets so bogged down in the minutia he gets too bogged down in the world building and like the tax system, and it's amazing. It fleshes out the world, but I almost feel like he needs an editor to rein him in. It's like, focus on your core characters. Go back to their journey now. We don't care what's happening in Slaver's Bay. Come back. Or
you'll be like, check out this other book I wrote. Like
that too. That would be great if you would just finish what you started. But nope. I mean, it's just subverting Tolkien, all right. Subverting Tolkien by not finishing his work. That's an ultimate subversion. Oh my god, I'm so mad. So, anyways.
Let the rage flow through you.
Oh, I have so much rage.
Technically, Tolkien died and someone had to finish his book. So that's probably what's going to happen with George R. R. Martin.
Well, he finished
The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he finished Lord of the Rings. But the Silmarillion was like a world building book though. But the Silmarillion, from my understanding, the Silmarillion wasn't even intended to be a book. It was just a collection of like his world building notes that Christopher put together. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Tolkien was also very much into the world building, of course. But when he wrote The Lord of the Rings, he was able to let that stuff just prop up the characters, and that's what the world building should be. It shouldn't be just this is you don't want your book to read like an encyclopedia.
You don't? Shit.
Oh well, no, you don't have to worry. I have to worry about that. Yeah.
Here, if you want to pull up my screen, I got some of the behind the scenes secret sauce here of.
Yes.
So this is
show us.
Yeah, so this is like the framework of the scene. This one took forever to do, and then like this is just all the, frame by frame. And as you can see, not every picture has to be perfect, and that was probably the biggest thing that I learned while doing this.
Right. Sweet. Well, that's also something you learn from storyboarding. It's unless something, especially during motion scenes, right? Especially the tweens things, and they do those like stills of Naruto where people just look super janky, and it's like it's a tween. Who cares?
Like this scene, you don't even see this guy in the background running in the animation, but I had to put him in there anyway because I was like, it doesn't look right with him popping into scene here. Right. Well, it's just a blur, but you want to be able to see it show up. Yeah, I love that panning background. That Paralysis, it adds a lot to the scene. The motion. Checked out so much old 90s anime on how they did stuff because I was like, I want to avoid 3D turnarounds, all that kind of stuff. And I just want to focus on like stuff that I know that I can do, especially for my first actual finished animated thing. And I was like, okay, just pans, sweeps, blurs, smears, stuff like that. Yeah, man. Sweet. I'm seeing a lot of animators tricks here where you're not drawing every single punch. It's just this is an anime trick that you do. It's exactly like you draw the multiple punches and you just move. It's like you have like multiple hands, but like one key frame, they're like here and they're in a different position, and it looks like it's like more frames than it actually is. That's it, exactly. So cool, yeah. Are you considering getting any of this colored eventually? So the plan is way down the road. I'll be doing color editions, but for right now, just to get the story going, I'm sticking just with black and gray. Okay. Yeah, just tonal values, and also with the story, the way that I'm doing it is when you get book 1, you're going to notice that it's slightly different in the tonal values than book 2, because book 1 is essentially a flashback, and flashbacks are done with screen tones, and anything in the present is done with gray tone. Okay. That's an interesting approach. So just a little slight variation on how to tell the difference when something's going on. People are glad to see Yeti Bum. Yes, there was Yeti Bum. Butts. Oh boy. Yeah. And I like how you add like the motion lines into the animation. That's another anime trick. Yeah. Sweet. How long did this take you? Oh, so fucking long. Are you okay with telling us, or should I not ask that question? I was actually supposed to do my campaign in November, and I think it was in like almost a year ago I decided to let's just do an animated trailer. Like, how long could that be? Yeah. Well, especially being like, oh, have you ever animated anything beginning to end? I'm like, no, never. Like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. How does your computer handle it? Is your computer pretty good? It's decent, but thankfully, like Clip Studio Paint does a really good job of managing resources. Because like once you start playing the cycle through, it kind of like remembers what it is, and then it's just like, oh, now we can play it at real speed. Plus, I got like video editing software, so I can just download the MP4 file and then watch it that way. Didn't much. Billy, you poor soul. Oh, rough. Somebody give Billy a hug. Sweet. How much RAM do you have? Sorry, I'm like, all I can think about is technical stuff now. Let's see, what have I got? I think I got like just 16. So wow. Enough. Yeah. Okay. But and is this all one file, or do you have to break it up? Oh, I did it so each scene where each cut would be, it's all broken up into individual chunks. So So I don't even remember how many scenes I have in total.
Hey, people who are saying that Yeti had no nards, the nards are on the chicken. We figured it out. Or saying Yeti butt, and they didn't see any balls. So they fell off, and chicken stole them. So now we know it's canon. All right, it's canon.
There's his cannon. Bam.
Bam! Yes. It's a chain-smoking chicken that has fire breath.
So he can like smoke the cigars in one big hit, and he'll have like smoke screen, fire burst. You know, he's got abilities and stuff like that too.
Yeah, man. Really good job on the effects as well.
Yeah, like I said, like this is the first time I've like actually did any animated anything from beginning to end. Like I did like morphs and stuff when I was in school, but I don't even think I did the final project. You know, I did like the flour sack jumping, and the bouncing ball, a morph, and maybe like 2 other things, but that was it. Like the blade of grass was another one that I did. Like
the basic animation stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, this looks fantastic for it being your first fully animated thing, dude.
Well, I went in and just broke a bunch of scenes down frame by frame, and just like oh, I don't have to draw these. Oh, that saves so much time. Oh, that's just a big bleh across the screen. Oh, I don't. That's easy enough. Like
that's awesome. Yeah, it's with action scenes. Also, well, once you know the shortcuts, you know, and I like that you studied old anime to figure out what they did. I think it really shows. Are you using any of these in the comic? Like, are you just taking? Is this a scene that happens in the comic? I mean, and are you actually using like keyframes from this, or is it separate?
Not so much. It's almost all separate. Like,
okay.
There's a couple scenes. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Let's kill the volume.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see. So these are the Scout Elites. This was just for the animation. Where do we go here? It's for the comic. And where is it? Oh, it won't let me capture it. See if I can pause it. Yeah, so this takes place in the first arc when we have Nitto leaving the forest, and then we're going to find out there's something keeping him to the forest, and he's got to kind of figure that out. So this monument has something to do with that. So, and then further along we have let's see, where is it? This is an important part in the first comic book. This is the Dragonmouth Pass, and it's like this crystalline place of magic where if you're a thief, a murderer, someone of criminal ill repute, this is like your last saving point. If you get through here, the land will bestow you with its gifts.
Okay.
So if the land judges you, like that's why the whole thing's like a story of blood and stone. The stone comes from the land. The land's imbued with magic, and depending on certain parts, there's like this part where depending on your character type, all this kind of stuff, it may be in your favor to pass through this land. And other times, like there's reasons why all these crystal shards are here. Those are all people that didn't make it through. You become part of the land. So,
well, that got dark.
Yeah. So
I like it.
So if you're going through there, it's your last ditch attempt. Like you have no other choice. You have no other option. It's this or you become part of the land.
Right. I like it. Yeah.
Did you ever work as an animator for like Cartoon Network or anything?
No, I've never. The only things I've done was storyboards for season 1 and 2 of The Hollow on Netflix. And what else did I do? I'll tell you about when I got fired from a job. That was awesome.
Okay.
No, it's great. It's great. I learned a valuable lesson, and that was like, if I'm not invested in the project, I shouldn't be on it. But my initial intent going into the job was like, well, I'll just learn as much as I can about, this style of animation, storytelling, and storyboarding, and then I'll pull that away. The lesson that I learned was, well, obviously, if I don't like it, I'm not putting my heart and soul into it, and it shows so much that they're going to be like, yeah, you can't be here. But that project was I was working on 44 Cats for Bardell, and I think that was for Netflix as well. And it's like a very, very kid-oriented show, like I think like preschoolers. And I could not get behind it. I was just like, I fucking hate this. And so I got called into the office on a Thursday, and they're just like, yeah, so we're gonna have to let you go. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm being fired? Like, yeah, we're really sorry. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And
So I assume you'll never be working on High Guardian Spice?
No. Well, I was actually trying to get onto the Dragon Prince. That was the show that I was trying to get on.
Oh, that looks good.
Because they had a lot of the Avatar team and a lot of the like awesome storyboard artists on there, and I was just like, yeah, I can learn what I need to from there. But they're like, no, since you're like new to the industry, we're going to put you over here. And I was just like, I don't give a fuck about these cats.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, doing the storyboards, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't like this at all.
Right. It's so hard to find something that you're invested in, and I don't know. There's the whole like,
You don't like this avatar at all?
Oh, stop. Now that you have this, though, I feel like this is a good portfolio piece if you do want to do animation, and you can. This definitely would help you get into doing a like an animation job that you actually will be invested in. I think.
Well, my whole thing now is like, why would I do that when I can do it myself?
Exactly, that's true.
With the whole crowdfunding, all this stuff, like the possibility of being like, well, maybe I can crowdfund the first episode once I get the comic book, you know. So
only, that would be cool if we could do that, because I think a lot of people that are doing comics, indie comics, they would love to see their stuff animated, but like how?
Oh, I know.
How are you gonna have the money to hire an animation studio?
So being in Canada, they have lots of tax credits and lots of availability for artists, especially native artists doing their own thing. So there is the potential of me using that and angling that to be like, if I can get funding, maybe I can actually get an animation team together, give them all the money to animate it, and then have, another proof of concept beyond just the trailer.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
The goal is not to sell it to a studio. The goal would just to have it on YouTube and on private channels and selling it individually that way.
Right.
Because, again, it should be the people backing it that get it first, and then they're going to show it. They're going to do their thing. Let the internet do what the internet does, rather than trying to go the corporate route, because we all know that what they do. They dumb it down, they water it down. There's a reason why the chicken smokes, because if it ever did go that way, they don't want him smoking. And I'm no,
they'll change it. They'll run it through a committee and water it down.
Yeah. And so to avoid all of that, just stick with being private and, crowdfund stuff. But that's like down the road. Like these are machinations in my head that may or may not happen, but the thoughts are there.
That's a really interesting thought, though, that now that we have crowdfunded comics and they're crowdfunded games, but what if we could get to a point of doing crowdfunded animations? And because I think the talent is there, why does everything have to be, the studio bosses, and the studio bosses need to wait for approval from the money people, and the money people are the real people who decide what gets made, and that's the truth if you work in animation, and it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Well,
settle down.
No! Yeah.
Well, luckily, I'm in Vancouver, and there's literally animation studios all over the place, and a lot of them, like, this is kind of the stuff that they want to be doing, but because they're being hired by the big companies, they're just like, yeah, we don't make that stuff, so you're never going to get to do the thing that you want to do. So that's going to be your spare time. So if some jackass like me is like, hey, I got money to do this thing, and they're like, hey, that's pretty cool. So it just might be enough to lean some of them my way for doing part-time stuff. So that's the plot and plan that I have.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I really hope this pans out for you.
Well, first things first, get the books out,
That's true.
Get at least to the first tankobon out. If I can get up to issue 9 out, then that gives me a whole different, ballpark I could play in. Right. Yeah. Get the story out first and use the comic to build a readership, and then you'd be able to raise more in crowdfunding, and the animation could take off from there. Yep.
Have you, Ryan, talked to Professor Murph from War Party?
No, I haven't, but I know that he's well versed in this world as well.
Yeah, he's doing animation. He's doing some animated film about a dog, like a rescue dog or something, and he's been working on it for 7 years.
Oof.
Yeah.
Damn.
All by himself. It's hand
Oh,
drawn.
but I was gonna ask, by himself?
Yeah. And
Why are there so many crazy people?
that's why it took him 7 years.
Yeah, once you get the bug in you, that's it. You're screwed, you know?
Never want to hear another word about building a language. Look at this. Someone in the chat said this took you a month. No, chat. This took him a year.
Yeah, a year for 1 minute. Now bear in mind too, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so there was a lot of like trial and error going along with this.
He is talking about November last year, not this upcoming November.
No, God, I wish it took me a month. Oh, it'd be so nice.
And by the way, that means the campaign is live. It just went live yesterday. Right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
it
you
did.
can back it down. The link is in the description. So this is finally available for purchase right now. I see somebody. Yeah. I just you just let that trailer play off on mute in the background. Yeah. I want to keep on watching this. It looks really great. Let's see. Alex VRB says, "Do you know who did a really badass animated trailer? Calibrated for Starblaze."
Hell yeah.
Whoa, that would be an animated series. Yeah, I missed out on Starblaze, but that was also really cool.
Well, you can still view the trailer.
Yeah, his trailer is super dope. And again, also, if you look at it and break it down, super economic in how he did it. Like, so good.
Right. The style is really different, too. I should check that out.
You definitely should, because it's it just reeks of, like, 90s awesome.
Yeah.
It's like 30 seconds. Let me just grab it.
Okay. Yeah. I wanted the 90s to come back. More 90s stuff is good.
It's slowly coming back. Tooth and claw, you know.
The 90s were good times, and then everything had to go to shit. I feel like I'm a cranky old woman, but I don't care.
Already cranky old woman. It's in the private chat.
Designed by committee is the death of creativity.
Yep.
True facts. Let's see. All right, in the private chat, let's see. Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay. Oh my God, my headphones. Okay.
Yeah, you might want to turn down the volume.
Thanks for that belated warning. Okay, let me share it. Let's see.
It's been about 2 years since I saw the trailer, so give me a break.
Okay. Let's just play it, just because. So why not? Give me a second, because every time I try to share my full screen, everything's a disaster on my end. So, my gosh. Share audio. Can I do this? Okay. Let me know if you can hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, that is really 90s.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, it is really economical. I can see a few of the motion scenes. Yeah, that's cool. Damn, this is insane. Yeah, I can see how he did that. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Go away, ads. Oh my gosh, this is why I hate YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I could see how that one shot of the guy like
coming and jumping
in, that was like fully animated, but most of it was effects. Most of it was effects on blurs, and it was like one or two poses, or like the head turn and the jumping in. That was mostly what was like the heavy animation.
Yeah.
So now that looking at that, it's not that hard to do an animated trailer. Just we need some help, or I'd hire somebody to do like coloring and compositing.
Yeah.
Or no, you could do it yourself. Yeah. I just don't want to, because I want to draw the comic.
Yeah. It's like Like, what do I want to spend my time doing? I'd rather draw the comic book.
Yeah, I really that's it's like I can do 3D stuff, I can do animation, but it's like at this point I want to just hire people because like I ain't got the time. But no, it's honestly not that hard if you really know how to kind of cut corners in a smart way with animation.
Yeah. Man, I wish I knew how to do After Effects like that. If you got that in your back pocket,
After Effects is from the gods.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is I wish the drawing functionality was better in After Effects, but After Effects meshes with Photoshop so well.
Yeah.
You can draw it in Photoshop, import it into After Effects, and the effects that you can do. And I think that looked like After Effects on I'm not sure if it is, but that was stuff that I can do in After Effects, like the fires and the glows and stuff. We do it a lot I worked in casino games for a while.
Oh, okay.
And what we would like paint the symbols, like the casino game, you know, like money, or like this little like piggy bank that's shiny and it jumps and money pops out of it. And we would draw that, we would paint it, and then we would animate it. So a lot of like shiny stuff and sparkles and textures and the bounce animation, we would do that in After Effects. So yeah. I don't know. It's a great program.
Yeah,
it's a great program.
And also with that stuff too, it's just being smart about your shots. You know, you know, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna have this character doing a running from the back in perspective and going over things, and it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. Right. Be economical. Think about the shots that look cool, but can also not take like forever to do.
Yeah, like if you got something that can cycle, use it, you know?
Oh yeah. Like head turns are easy. You just do a head turn. I like the shot choices for Star Blades. And like for what you did for KAYAS, I liked that you did the background panning. That's another way to add a lot of visual interest without breaking the bank. You just, you know, you paint up backgrounds, but you just parallax it.
There's some parallax going on there. Yeah.
Like you can even do like a walk cycle of your characters, and especially if it's into the background, it can be a fight scene, but even if it's just characters walking in the background, just you pan the ground and then you pan the background. Sorry, I'm getting too technical, but it's not that hard to do.
Yeah, like if you want to bring my screen back up again.
Oh yeah.
Like I got this scene here, and that's all this is. It's just like a quick little run cycle, but I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different layers of parallax going on to give an effect where, you know, like he's running along. But it happens so quick that you don't even really notice it, you know? It's just like
yeah.
And like that's super economic. Like, oh, I just draw the same trees, put them in the background, blur them out a little bit, put them even further in the background.
Yup. Don't you love it when you do spend, like, you kind of learn what to not spend too much time on, but at first you like spend so much time drawing like a tree or making his background nice, and you realize it's only on screen for like 0.5 seconds. It's like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah. But you have to do it that first time.
Yes.
To know not to do it. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Recipe Graham says, I've aced After Effects, but it's really hardware intensive. It is. My MacBook exploded trying to render a trailer once. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, it's very, very hardware intensive. I think I would say at least get like 32 gigs of RAM or something before you run seriously render anything in After Effects.
Yeah. Man, what I want to do, like I have all these individual clips, and I would love to like just be like, who wants to make their version of this trailer and go off on it? Here's all the clips. Because I know there's so much that can be done with After Effects and special effects and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, take my stuff. What do you got? So I might do something on Fiverr or something like that and just be like, hey, who wants to try this?
Dude, what you can do is you can just take what you have here, colorize it, and add effects.
Oh yeah,
After Effects, and that would be
like even like gradient maps and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think this is like a good basis ready to go. Where I mean, it would just, you could use After Effects to just tune it up.
Yeah, like with the glows and all that stuff. And
yeah. Add like a sparkle trail behind or something. So I mean, this is really impressive. I didn't know Clip Studio could do this much.
Yeah. When they first brought out the animation for Clip Studio, it was really bare bones. Like it was like very clunky. They didn't have audio with it or anything like that. And every update they just kind of like kept doing a little bit more, and like now doing stuff in it, it's still cockamamie. Like if you're just trying to animate like any other program, it doesn't work. You have to know the weird, like, oh, you have these folders and subfolders that are outside your timeline, and then you do your stuff in there, and you're like, but that doesn't make sense until you start using it, and they're like, oh, I get why they do that now.
Okay, right. I'm gonna need you to show that, or I'm gonna have to. I'll find a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah, there's a couple out there that are decent. It'll help you bridge the gap. And
right.
What's his name? Brian. He does. What is it? The Thunder Punch? Oh, I can't remember it. Starship Thunder Punch, something like that. Gunship. That's what it is. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he did some animation and he figured it out. He put a tutorial out, and that really helped me bridge that gap to figure out what am I missing here. So
cool. Yeah. It's I'm sure it's probably a bit of a learning curve, but honestly, animation programs it's just like once you know Photoshop, like you're gonna be able to pick up most other 2D programs, and then once you know like After Effects, you'll pick up. Or like Flash or Toon Boom, like you'll be able to pick it all up. So
yeah, or if you have some editing experience too, like that's a big chunk of it, because you're essentially, you're editing on the fly just with animation.
Yeah. Once you get used to staring at 5 million tiny little keyframes and all in.
Yeah, scrubbing back and forth, being like, is that right? Is that it? Is that right? Is that right?
Okay. Flashbacks. Resvigram says, also animator tips. Simplify your character designs. Very true. You show an animator a complex character to animate, you've created a mortal enemy. Yeah. Hello, Legend of Korra Season 1.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but really there was a lot
you could see the downgrading as time went on, where it's just like,
saw it becoming more simple. And it's like, why? Because you want to move the characters, maybe? It's like complex doesn't mean good. I mean, you can. It just depends on. You have to know what you can manage, because it's like the Castlevania characters have a lot of. There's not a lot of detail, but they have like more. I think it's comparable, but they were able to handle it. So I don't know. It's probably
manageable detail. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's manageable detail, and honestly, most of it comes through in like the shape language. That's what you have to learn to do. It's a good thing for comic artists and animators to learn is trade your detail out for shape language. Not to say that detail is bad things. I love detail, but when you can, try to lean more on shape language. That'll help you work faster. And if you have to animate shit, especially, that would that'll save your life and save your sanity.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's easier to move a square than it is to move, an octopus.
Yes. That's true.
Great avatar. Take notes on Rain. That's a real sandwich.
I made it. My sandwich was fine.
Well, you made a sandwich?
Yeah, I made a sandwich. That was my first stretch. Well, it wasn't my first stretch goal, but the first time I was on Shane Davis's channel, we made a joke where if I made like 20K, I would make a sandwich, and I actually did. Like when I made 20K, I came on my stream with the sandwich. So, and then people were complaining because you couldn't see the meat, and it was a tuna sandwich, and I bought nice bread for it and everything, and it was really good, but you couldn't see the tuna, so people were like, "There's no meat in it." Ah! There was meat. Okay, it's a good sandwich.
Yeah, but Shane's sandwich.
I do get a kick that he had
I can't compete with that.
The bologna ring was still on it. That was super funny.
The bologna ring.
Yeah, because when Yanzi cut it, it has the ring around it, but she didn't take the little bologna ring off of it, the skin around it. So when he bit into it, you can see him kind of tearing through it.
Oh, I didn't even know. Well, I didn't know you had to take that off. I don't know. I didn't.
Well, some have it, some don't.
Yeah, I guess. I never cook with that. I don't eat bologna, so yeah, fine. A 40K stretch goal. I'll make another sandwich. Okay.
You'll make a bologna sandwich.
Yes, I'll make another sandwich, and I'll stack it with meat, and it'll be the most juiciest, best sandwich. It'll be tons of meat. So 40K stretch goal, everybody.
Yeah, it seems on the sandwich Saturdays are very, very much about seeing the stack of meat.
Right, I didn't notice. I was like, I know you need to have meat in a sandwich, right? But it's I didn't know it was a thing. It was sandwich porn or something. Gosh. Well, now I know.
Well, if you really want to pull them in, all you got to do is make the sandwich, cut it in half, fold it, and then just put your feet on the side. Just your feet.
Not going there.
No.
And then everybody will come out of the woodworks for you. Everybody will.
So moving on. I showed my ankle on Red Valkyrie stream once. I was like, that was a mistake. Gosh. I'll make a sandwich. No feet. No feet. The internet is a weird place.
It is a weird place.
Thank you, Snarktacondium. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Well, I seriously, 40K, I'll make another sandwich. It'll be stacked with meat, and I'll have it cut, and you'll be able to see the insides. I'll have it all garnished, and it'll be really pretty. So I will up my game. 40K, come on.
Up your sandwich game.
Up my sandwich game, yeah. Spinach is just lettuce. I like spinach. It had spinach. It's okay. Well, I don't know what, but some people like spinach, and I like it.
But did you have feta in spinach, or is it just spinach?
Feta and spinach. It was Munster cheese. Munster cheese. Yeah. It's kind of like the stuff I like. Tuna and spinach and Munster cheese. So, nice. But next, I'll make a lettuce with chicken, nice thick slabs of chicken, and tons of cheese, and you'll be able to see the stacks of lettuce and chicken next time. Okay, now I know. Ankle, that's Snarkticon DM said that's Amish porn. Yeah, apparently, apparently it's all the Amish people on YouTube.
Yeah, all the Amish that watch Red Valkyrie stream.
Maloney some hillbilly nonsense.
Maybe that was a reference. Maybe the Amish was a reference to something Shane said about Amish people.
Oh, right. Yeah, because they like dug through his telephone or his internet cord or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he seriously has Amish neighbors, and they dug through his internet cord. And
oh, jeez. I thought he was just like pulling some kind of gag. I didn't know it was a legit thing.
That's pretty wild. I don't know, what state is he in? How does I thought the Amish were all in like Utah.
What?
I thought this Amish were all in like Utah.
Mormons are in Utah.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
But yeah, Mormons and Amish are the same according to Irene.
Okay. No, right. I'm a Mormon and Amish bigot. They're not the same. Because when I was in Taiwan, we would get harassed by Mormons. Like we would be riding since everybody rides motorcycles and scooters there. So it's just like at every red light, you would have Mormons riding up on their bikes. They always be like in, white shirts and pants and suits. And then they would ride up and just like park next to you on their bicycles and start talking to you about religion. It was like, I'm sorry, I just really need to get to work.
And I when I busted my knee skateboarding, so I'm like crutching around in a park, and I'm like, oh, I got to take a break. And like super cute girl comes up to me and is like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, not too bad. And then we start talking, and it's like, hey, mind if my friends come over? And it's like two more cute girls, and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on here? And then it's like, hey, mind if a couple other friends come over? And next thing you know, I'm surrounded by, not exactly what faction they were, but they're like, hey, we noticed that you're injured. Mind if we pray for you?
Those are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah. So I'm just like, yeah, go for it. And so they all kneel down before me, and they all start praying without them knowing. I'm standing there like this with my arms up raised. Like
that's wild. I mean, hey, why not? Why not?
Sometimes Jehovah's Witnesses use women to recruit. So
oh yeah,
there you go. I grew up in Kansas City, and there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses. They would always just come on their bicycles. Maybe those were Mormons. I don't know.
Every now and then, though, like you would actually get into a good conversation with them. My buddy threw me under the bus this one time, and so he knock on the door. It's 10:30 in the morning, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not really interested in that, but I'm pretty sure my friend is here." And I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" And I come downstairs, and I just finished smoking weed, wake and bake, so my brain's not in the right place at all. And so he totally just segues me into them. He takes off, and they get me. What did they get me with? Oh, what do you think about bioengineering and biomechanical? I'm like, oh shit, let's fucking do this. What? So I started talking to them about biomechanics and all these advancements in science going on, and regrowing tissue, and how you could use coral to regrow bone and all this stuff. And they're just like, oh, you actually seem to know this stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm all over the place with this stuff. And they're like, what? But what if you lost an arm in an accident? I'm like, uh-huh. And then God could give you your new arm. I'm like, wait a minute. What a
great segue.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, we were cool, and now we're talking about what? And I was like, nah, you can just give me a titanium, mechanized thing for right now. And And then that was the end of it, because I was just like, oh, you bastard, you threw me under the bus. You knew what this was.
Oh man, you have the best friends.
Oh yeah. No, Greg was awesome.
Oh, that's funny. I fully support prosthetic technology becoming like mind blowing. As I'm like, if I lose a finger or an arm, I want that bionic arm. Yeah. Prosthetics now are really, really advanced. It's kind of mind blowing what they can already do.
It's getting pretty awesome with what they can do now, especially like, I don't know, like Neuralink scares the shit out of me, but at the same time, I'm like, what can you do with this thing?
It's so terrifying and so awesome. It's just one of those things where it's like, I want to have access to it, but want to be able to take it off. Yeah. I don't want like no implants or nothing, but it's like, I wanna try it. It's cool. Give me.
Yeah, completely terrifying, but like if it helps people like walk again, I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Prosthetic envy. It's like this whole thing where when I found out what prosthetic legs look like, they're like these things that make your legs look like deer, and it's like people with prosthetic legs run faster than people with natural legs because it's like they have these it's like these lever things, and
it's like a leaf spring.
It's like a leaf spring, and there's like a spring. It's like really strong metal, and there's like spring added to it, so you run faster, like you even just without like bionics or anything, just with like you can just the shape of our legs are not as fast as like they're not designed to be that fast, but
there's like so much force when it makes contact is lost in with those prosthetics. It's just like whoop.
Yeah. Essentially, it's like how animals run on the tips of their the ball of their feet instead of their heels, and we walk on our heels. But then the prosthetics kind of like shrink the contact space with the ground, and they add like extra spring motion. So it's also that your joints aren't taking all that the force, like the impact. But I don't know. It's just like people with prosthetic legs can run way faster than people with normal legs. So that was like the first fascinating thing, but also like I saw a video of a girl who got like a prosthetic arm the other day, and the technology is mind blowing. Yeah. Alita, here I come! Oh, Ghost in the Shell. Cyberini 2049. Yes.
Cyberini.
Yes. I'll take that as long as I can draw comics. I will like turn into
draw comics.
Oh my god, yes! Yes! If I just like think of something and just like draw it out, that would be so great. I'll just like, I don't know, all I need is like, I need my mind and I need like a hand to draw, and that's all I need. I'll give it all up. I just want to be able to draw my comics. Man.
Yeah, I was toying around with the idea ages ago of doing cycles of modafinil. I don't know if you know what that is.
No, what is that?
Or modfinil.
Modfinil?
Modfinil or modafinil. I can't remember the proper pronunciation, but it's the anti-sleep drug.
Oh boy!
Yeah, so
that doesn't sound good.
So I talked to a pharmacist about it. We were drinking, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've done it." I was like, "Well, what do you mean? Like, give me the info. I need to know this." And he's like, "Yeah, the cool thing is you can stay up for a legitimate 24 to 48 hours on this stuff, but the thing is, you have to have a uninterrupted 8 hours sleep after that. It's like if you screw that sleep up, he's like, it's not good for the whole makeup of you." And I was like, that doesn't sound good.
Right.
But he said the alertness, like he's like, everything is there at peak normal awake cognitive ability for those 24 to 48 hours. I'm like, I can get so much drawing done.
Yes. Yes. Damn, that sounds crazy. Yeah, if there was a way, because like the thing with staying up late, it eats away at your health. So that's what I'm trying to not do that so much. I pulled enough all-nighters in my life already as it is. Yeah. But like, if it wasn't like, it didn't like take years off your lifespan, man, I don't know. There was a drug that could help us do that. That would be great.
Apparently that's the one that's been, totally approved. It does work, but the catch is you have to sleep a full uninterrupted 8.
Yeah, but people are going to be irresponsible with that, but that's their choice. That's their choice.
Yeah, so I asked him, like, what are the side effects? He's like, dude, you can't even drink coffee on this stuff.
No! Okay, I can't handle that. I need my coffee. Jason! Hello.
I have my YouTube muted. There should be no echo.
Oh, I hear an echo. Yeah.
Jump out and jump back in.
I'll jump out and jump back in.
That's strange. So maybe it's your echo setting on StreamYards. Sometimes StreamYards decides to say "fuck you." It says it to me a lot. So sometimes it's like the echo settings. Why do I still hear it?
It's probably your fault.
Is it? Do you still hear it? No?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not
Or now? Oh, it's your screen, Ryan. So it's
My
okay.
screen?
I muted it from my side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jason, you can come back on. We're sorry.
I had no proof that it was him. I just wanted to kick him.
No, Jason, come back! I don't know, but it was like when Jason showed up, it suddenly started echoing, but it wasn't actually him. It was like the screen share. So, anyways, Jason, come back. I'm sorry. It wasn't you. Everybody go back. Absolute Book 2. Is this still up?
Probably.
Yeah, go back. Absolute Book 2. No, I am excited when you show up. Oh, but you're not on the streams. I am excited, SnarkyCon. You're the best. Yeah. No, it wasn't his fault. Yeah, okay. Boy, that's too bad. I wanted to show Jason's good people. Oh, he's back. There we go.
That works.
Hi. You're back.
Echo.
Yeah, it wasn't you after all. We're sorry. We didn't know. I'm the worst.
You are the worst. You know, if
I'm
there's
the
the worst in all of indie comics is Irene.
Wow. Damn.
I know. Shots fired. She said it first.
Come on in my channel. It's okay. I'll take it.
But I love all the manga.
The what?
I love all the manga.
You love all the manga?
Yeah,
You do?
all the manga. Yeah. all of it.
Oh,
Got that
good.
manga.
We like the mongers
Manger.
here too.
Yeah,
I believe we have been the kids call our kind the
manger?
weebs.
The weebs.
We embrace the weebs here.
I know you're a youngin', but when I was a kid, we had these things called weeble wobbles.
What?
And they're called weeble wobbles. Yeah.
And they just won't fall.
Yeah, they don't fall down. They're like, they have no arms or legs, and they're just like, they don't fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weeble and they wobble.
They weeble and they wobble. Yeah.
Like what the well?
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that.
That's the Chinese
Exactly.
term. It's like a little like toy, and it's weighted at the bottom, and it just doing, 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 doing. Okay, it's putawong in Chinese.
Yeah, that's what it's called here too. It's amazing.
Wow, who would have thought?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we know.
Just kidding.
What's up, Chimera? What's up, Creative?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
Let me pull KAYAS back up. So I know what it's doing.
KAYAS.
KAYAS, yeah.
I have heard of the KAYAS.
The KAYAS. The KAYAS is good.
Slowly getting the word out.
Oh, yeah. Let's see where you are. Got any? Oh, come on, people. We can get
Come on,
some more
people.
backers.
Come on, we can do better than that. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, what's wrong with you? It's right there. Look at
not
the
even-
tiers. You click it. You click the things. You click the check boxes. You're good to go.
Yeah, you're not even at your fixed goal yet. Come on.
Did
we
you
gotta make
know
this happen.
with KAYAS, you get a free comic book when you pay for it?
What?
It's amazing. Yeah,
Oh.
free. All free when you pay for it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's the same with my book, too, which you
It's
know.
amazing.
And Jason's book.
Yeah, we're like giving things away here for money. It's weird.
I heard it's some kind of scam.
We're so generous.
Some
We're so
laundering,
generous.
Yeah.
some laundering thing going on.
Scams and scams.
Yeah, we're just cycling money between the campaigns. That's what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Clearly. There's nobody's actually making money over here.
Yeah,
Nobody actually wants any of these books. Or so the rumor goes.
Yeah, I just got my membership and I just paid in, so that's why I'm on the low tier right now. So, I just gotta wait for the cycle of the cash to come my way.
It kicks
Right.
in. It kicks in.
I've
It's
heard.
all a grift. We're paying to get our books on Indiegogo and to have this number show up. The number is not real.
No.
Yeah.
You know where that
It's just a
comes
load
from?
of bullshit.
No, you know where that comes from. They think that it's somehow related to Ethan and like the Mormon organization because they have millions.
What?
Yeah, that's what it's
That's the
from.
Mormon mafia.
The Mormon Mafia. Yeah, that's
That's a whole level of conspiracy that I'm not even ready for.
what it
It's
is.
funny because it's like total like left-wing conspiracy, and that's fucking hilarious.
Or like maybe people just want to buy indie comics. Who would have fucking thought?
Mhm.
I don't think people
Damn.
collect comics anymore.
No.
People do. Recapitalism. No, none of that. We embrace capitalism on this channel.
Yes, we like the money.
They like the money. SBRB says KAYAS should be pronounced chaos. But it's a real word though.
Yes. What's the featured tier?
Get issue 1 and issue 2.
Look at that. You can't beat that. Get the combo all in once. Boom, bam, you're good to go.
Get
Fashion,
it, get it,
you know?
get it.
Yeah.
Issue 1, issue 2, 4 trading cards, 2 prints. What else is in there?
Look at that amazing price,
2
too.
prints, and you get a
Oh, the
sticker
sticker
pack.
pack,
Too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I don't think I've asked. I assumed, but is all the work done? Like all the drawing is done, right?
No, I'm still drawing stuff up, still drawing pages and stuff.
Okay.
And as stuff gets completed, I'm going to be updating the campaign page as well. So
Okay. Cool. About how far along are you on the books?
book right now, I'm on page. Let's see, for thumbnails, I'm on page 15 of 32. Drawing, I'm on page 8 right now.
Yeah. So is in each chapter is about like 32 pages?
That's what I'm going for. Again, I have to deal with weight issues. My original goal, I wanted to do 48, like 64, 48, and 48. But when I weighed it all out, I was like, when I get to issue 3, I'm not going to be able to ship it. So,
Man,
I dropped it back to 32, and I was like, yeah, that keeps me within that range.
right. Okay, I
Right,
see. Well, 32. It's still bigger than like a standard American comic. So
Yeah.
that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Who
very nice price point, too. You get a lot for that. The bang for the buck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm not doing stretch goals, so everything is in the tier already. So,
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
You don't have to worry about nothing. Yeah.
I wonder how that approach would pan out.
I don't know. Like, I'm obviously not going to get the excitement of like, hey man, we're really close to the next stretch goal. I'm not going to get that, but I'd rather not have that than screw myself down the road.
Right. Well, you have the
move.
shipping to worry about.
Exactly. Like, what a dumb thing to be hanging over my head, being like, oh, this is going to affect my entire project. Is the shipping?
Right.
Yeah.
What you could do is sketch cards.
Mhm.
Get sketch cards by like Sim. He's in Canada, so that'll save you on some money.
Oh yeah, there you go. Sketch
Yeah,
cards, trading cards are all. It weighs like practically nothing.
Yeah. And those are easy enough to pop in, so those might become a thing down the road. But for right now, just keeping it simple. So.
Right.
Yeah, and like you said, it's already all in that featured tier, so it kind of entices them to get that anyway. You know, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean sketch cards as a stretch goal. I meant sketch cards like as a perk.
Oh, thunder!
Ooh, is it thundering over there?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was. I don't know what that noise
My
was.
stomach growling. No, I just
That was a little loud, but damn,
or
you must.
a little
be
more
starving.
chicken Alfredo. Yeah.
You need a sandwich, sir. You need
Y-
a sandwich. Speaking of sandwiches,
Yeah,
StarkCon season of sandwich
Yeah, I
offer
heard
in
you,
the
mate.
campaign.
You know what? You got to learn something. Us here in the we love our meat. You got to thicken up those sandwiches.
You're right. Apparently, now I know. I had meat in there, but the next one I make is gonna be stacked. Thick.
Meaty. Yeah, there keywords there.
Yes,
Thick.
stacked, thick.
Stacked and thick.
40K, come on! Thick chicken sandwich. I got this. It
At
was a
40
good sandwich. It was just like, I guess it wasn't enough meat, but I got you.
Well,
Do
tuna
this.
is almost like camouflage, you know? Like, it doesn't look like a thing when you have it in a sandwich. It just looks like...
Well,
You
yeah.
know?
Well, the thing was because it was all loose, I had to like bunch it together towards the center. So that's why when I took the picture, you couldn't see it.
Mm.
But
What was in it aside from tuna?
it was tuna, Munster cheese, and spinach. and like
Spinach.
some
Interesting.
pepper and stuff. I like spinach. It's basically what I like to eat, but like people have requested that I must use lettuce and use real meat next time. So I guess we're gonna get real meat. Oh no, I mostly eat fish.
Yes.
I'm weird. I'm not. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I understand. This is not for me. This is for the chat.
Yeah, the chat.
And KAYAS.
Yeah.
The chat demands meat.
Yes.
And KAYAS.
so
And
I
this is
will
for KAYAS
acquiesce.
as well.
And for
Yeah.
KAYAS, yes.
Yeah. Back at today.
If we let's get KAYAS funded.
Yeah, let's get it funded, and
sandwich.
she'll make a sandwich.
Yes, I'll make a sandwich if we get it funded. How's that?
There you go.
When you
How
get
much do we
funded,
need?
come on my stream again, and I'll have a sandwich ready. All right?
Yeah.
How's that? Come on, everybody, back KAYAS right now.
Right now.
You only need 1,400. It's not that
That's not
much,
bad.
and you got
No.
29 days.
Oh wow. Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's doing really good. Like like I didn't do a lot of like a whole lot of prep going on shows or anything, so hopefully I can, make the rounds while it's on right now. So
Yeah.
We-
Shane says tunas make dolphin meat. What? I'm gonna have to look into that because that would make me very mad, and I would never eat tuna again.
well, the smarter the animal, the more delicious, right? That's how it goes.
Well, I don't like eating smart things, so
Yeah, I thought dolphins were supposed to be smart. How can they let themselves get killed like that?
that's not how it works.
Oh
Oh my god!
You know what? You should just eat
Big
them then.
nuts.
They deserve it. They get
Y'all are terrible.
being so cocky. Oh, we're dolphins. We're cute. Shut
They're
up.
cute though,
They're like the assholes of the ocean.
They are.
but they're cute assholes.
Just because something's cute doesn't mean you don't eat it.
No, I don't. Well, if they're cute and stupid, I just don't eat smart things.
What
like-
about octopus? You eat octopus?
No,
No.
no.
It's so good though.
I don't
It's
eat
probably-
pig. I don't eat pig either.
Oh, bacon is so good though.
But they're so cute. No, it's just a personal thing.
Bacon is fucking delicious.
So
I
only,
like-
only
pigs are
ugly
cute.
animals.
Bacon is
Yes, I'm very judgmental.
Bacon goes in everything, and it's delicious.
I used to eat bacon, but I just decided not to.
Turkey bacon.
You can put bacon and ice cream in it.
Turkey's fine. Turkeys are dumb. I don't give a shit.
Pigs-
Turkeys are like dumb as a brick, dude.
pigs are dumb.
Pigs are
Pigs are smart.
Yeah, they're
smart.
smart as dogs
And why they taste so good.
because
But that's
because
not
they're
how
smart
it
and delicious.
works.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm messing with you.
They're
You
delicious.
think you would have learned this by now.
Okay.
You never
Anyways,
did.
Do you have original art for sale as well?
I don't have original art, but I do have sketch covers, and in the mega pack, I have an 8x10 finished ink drawing that I'll be doing.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah, if you want to scoot down further, I do have some of issue 1 in there as well.
anything that swims, slithers, crawls, or responds to a name. Oh, interesting. I don't know what that's called.
You could teach a lot of animals to respond to a name.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. True.
Scroll down
Let me-
further, please.
Sure. Let's see. 1 second, trying to find my window. The story. Issue 1, issue 2, and then here's the intro and your variant covers. Yeah, you have some more pages down here. Very detailed backgrounds once again. Oh, I don't think I noticed this one before.
Yeah, it's
Look at
the
these.
Dragon Mouth Pass that she's heading toward there.
Mm-hmm.
Infused with the
Sweet.
bodies of criminals to make the crystals.
Nice. Yeah, very detailed backgrounds. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. Yeah, sweet.
And horses. Oh my god, and horses.
Horses. Yeah.
You're brave,
I know.
man.
Once
Those
you
are delicious,
get
too.
you get the hang of it. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, once you get the hang of it, horses are not that hard, but you just have to get them.
I've actually eaten horse.
I've never had horse.
It's yeah.
I had horse
Am I?
sushi, but I don't eat horse anymore. But I did in Japan a long time
Not
ago.
that actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. But I don't
So-
eat horse anymore because they're also smart and they're cute. Everything's cute. Ooh, so many pages. Yeah, that looks really good too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Woo!
Alex BRB brings up a good point. Oh, you've had horse. You just didn't know it. Yes. I think he's referencing McDonald's.
Oh, that was Burger King, actually.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it Burger King?
Yeah,
That
they got busted for having, 42% horse in their meat ages ago. It was over the allowed legal limit.
There's an allowed legal limit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
not
Yeah.
There's a lot of legal limits for everything, like bugs and feces and everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
You don't want to think about it. It's best to just
Just eat a
ignorance is
burger.
bliss.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good that I don't eat. I eat like fish burgers, but nothing else.
Well, what do you think's in those buns?
I don't know. Don't think
Exactly.
about it. Don't
Exactly.
think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Yeah, me at McDonald's.
Most processed food is in meat.
Thank you, Blingo.
Bleh. Yeah, I remember watching, the Learning Channel. Do you remember when the Learning Channel was actually the Learning Channel, when you
Yeah,
learned stuff?
like the History Channel was the History
The
Channel.
History Channel, exactly. And they had like this like food program, and they went around to like facilities and checking it out. And they did one that was like a jam factory somewhere in the South. And going up to the thing was the creepiest fucking thing ever, because all you saw was spider webs everywhere. Just like you go up to the jam factory, and it's like these trees lining the driveway, and it's just spider webs everywhere, because it's so sweet that all the like fruit flies and everything's all over the place, so all the spiders just come to it. And they're like, yeah, we can't keep it clean, so we just use it as is. And they're like, don't they get into everything? It's like, yeah, but there's allowable amount of spider you can have in the jam.
Yeah, she's gagging so much she had to turn her camera off.
Just-
Okay, I'm back from throwing up. All right, let's talk about something else now. Potato Sullivan, that's why I'm now vegan. You're a smart man. All right, so
You started it by eating dolphin. I don't want to hear it.
I've never eaten dolphin. Knowingly, my God. Not my fault. They make dolphin cute.
You know when you have that tuna sandwich and it's really good? That's
No.
Albacore.
Actually, what I do like is I like smoked salmon more. So smoked salmon is great. It's just really expensive. Okay, so back to
what's that?
comics. Hey, look at this.
I know that.
You guys know about this? This is a interesting thing I discovered. Check it out. Absolute Book 2. Woo! Yeah. So, how's this doing? You're 11,000. Damn.
Badass, man.
Yeah, badass. How long are you gonna keep this up?
Yeah. 5. Am I frozen? 5 backers late. Yeah, thanks.
Oh yeah, you're
Just trying to get those
roboting.
5. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, 5 more backers and I hit 200.
Ooh, yeah, guys, let's get Jason to 200 backers on this stream.
This is the
Can you do
most
that?
sun
You can do that.
looking book I've ever seen.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah. And plenty of dolphins were killed in the making of this comic.
Why are you here
gotta burn the bones, right?
Yeah. You know, I mean, what do you think I used the ink from? I mean, I don't use squid ink. Come on.
Ah,
Why are you here to torture me?
No, yeah, the
Little
book's doing really
dolphies.
The book's doing really well. I'm very happy about it. People who got the first one loved it, and they're very excited to finish read the conclusion.
Sweet. Yeah. It's again really unique style over here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm influenced by like Sam Keith, Jonathan Weishak, a little bit of Sienkiewicz, some classic artists. Maybe you don't see it, but like Kirby or Ron Friends, stuff like that. But Walter Simonson.
You can see some of it, like the way you draw fists and stuff. And with Kirby, it's more like
Kirby's
emotion.
knuckles, man.
Yeah, those blocky knuckles.
Yeah, I love that stuff. It's
I
great.
can see it.
Any visual?
Yeah, I love Bisley, dude. A little bit of Bisley, but if I could paint, maybe.
who is it that drew Trencher?
That was what's his face? Now you're Keith Giffen.
Yeah. I get a little bit of that vibe in this.
Yeah, especially Trencher. I love Trencher, dude. That book was so cool.
It was bonkers, like so, just like over the top.
That's the kind of stuff I really like. I like the stylized, over the top stuff. You know, so And this book, this book is a little more constrained actually with the out there stuff than what's going to be in the next one. My next campaign is going to be Frog G, because everybody gets the Frog G trading card in this.
Oh,
Frog G
so
trading card,
I will
color
scroll
banking,
down to the Frog G trading card.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. So I'm going to go like all out and like totally distort stuff, and add just it's going to be cool. But this book I'm having a lot of fun with. This is my main focus right now. Yeah. And there's a Sam Keith homage cover too.
Yeah. I love this cover.
Thank you. Got a lot of fun
Let's
doing
see
it.
the Frog G trading card. That is amazing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I did. I sketched up another one real quick. I was on Discord with Billy Basco, and I was just there for like an hour and a half or so. I sketched up another one, and Ink was like, "Yeah, send me a high res, and I color it." I'm like, "All right, dude." It's just a sketch, but this one was not, obviously. But yeah. So, but people have drawn into yours. So I had one where you could become a trading card. So you become what's called affected. The people in the book after You're
roboting.
And stuff like that, and so you become affected, and so Frog G bought one of the tiers, and everybody gets the Frog G trading card with the D&D stats.
Yeah, D&D stats. Oh, I got the idea of it. So everybody gets the Frog G trading card with the D&D stats, and the Frog G it's like the characters in the book who got affected by aliens.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it. There you go.
Good job, Irene.
Good job, me.
So yeah, and most people know who Frog G is anyway. He's the Link Master.
Master Frog G.
Yes, he is.
So, yeah. And not to be outdone, but Nefarious from Global Frequency, he backed the other tier, and his is below it. Matt Yackey colored the Nefarious trading card, which everyone gets as well. So he's right. Yeah, the Nefarious one is right below Frog G here.
All right, let's scroll down.
I wonder if frogs taste any good.
They do. So yeah, so that's the Nefarious trading card colored by the great Matt Yackey. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, this one's great too. I love the,
like the background
the cameo in the background. I love that.
Yeah, because he collects artists and original art. So I had Frega, Cecil, Malin, and Shane Davis
in a cage in the back.
Are there dragons in your book? This is like science fantasy, right?
It's science fiction, but also fantasy as well. Yeah, so science fantasy. But they don't appear in the book, or at least this one. Everybody just loved that Frog G card so much, they kind of asked for the book, and I'm not going to say no. So, but he might appear in the Frog G one. I don't know, or like a little guest appearance. But I hadn't slated them to be in the book itself. They just became the trading card. And this has D&D stats too. I just have yet to print them up.
Awesome.
People in D&D. My God.
I used to play it. I don't play it anymore, but I used to play it. So.
More trading cards with D&D.
Well, there actually are. There's a foil, all foil trading card of Cyborg Valkyrie from Red Valkyrie. So that's all foil, and there's D&D stats on the back of that one too. Awesome. That's available in the campaign. And then some of the heroes that Luke drew, Ratam, he has stats on the back, and he's in like one of the middle ones above Frog G. I think he's the first one in the middle. Yeah, Luke's the middle one. Luke Elietta drew that one. I colored these three. Christopher John drew the first one. Luke drew the second one, and everyone knows Boob Dan Art. He drew the third one.
Yes.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So everybody gets at least 2 out of these 3. But if you back either more often or you back out a high tier, you'll get all 3. So
sweet.
So yeah, I got a lot of trading cards. Plus, I have another one I got to do up. So
nice. Get in on this. Get it.
Yeah, I have a lot of trading cards.
Awesome trading cards. This awesome book. Check out this cover. So much detail. Hell yeah. Absolute.
Yeah.
Absolute.
I don't know if you know Rick Saylor, but he actually came by and picked. He lives near me, so he bought that, and I actually gave it to him already. So he already has it.
Oh, that's so cool. It's so cool to hear about like, whoa, people made in real life. What is real life? That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. So much detail on everything. Yeah, I'm glad your campaign is doing so well.
Thank you very,
Very
much.
happy
Yeah,
for you.
I'm over the moon, as they say.
Ah.
Yeah,
Let's
can
see.
you scroll down? There's one there that I really dug. Where is it?
I like that little dwarf guy.
He's
There's a splatter across.
oh yeah, everybody loves that page. I know which one you're talking about. That actually sold.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the splatter effect. That's
I had
really nice.
2 people that wanted that actually.
Fight.
It
Yeah.
sold to the first one, and then another person contacted me because you can't pick your pages, but these are on the page. So they were like, "Can I get that one?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, like it already sold out. Somebody already picked it." So they're pretty bummed. But I'm gonna have more like this. I'm doing it like the quote unquote throwaway pages that are just dialogue or faces or whatever. Those are just regular microns with the digital as well, the line art. But the cross hatching is all traditional. So the talking ones are all just microns, but the action sequences I'm using pen and ink and like brushes and like messy stuff to try to convey a little more intensity.
Yeah.
So I hope it works. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, it was fun.
Yeah, it looks dope, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
I like the monsters too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, I love drawing
Monsters, yeah. I like those. I don't think I've noticed those before. Monsters are good.
Yeah, I like drawing monsters. They're fun.
Yeah.
Gnashing teeth and bone.
Yeah, she's about to fight an alien there.
Hell yeah! Punch him! Fantastic.
She kind of gets punched, but
oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
thank you.
She tried. Went down fighting. So let's see. Ooh, all these are sold out. You've got the original interior art left, and the one-off interior art, the sketch, absolute 1 and 2, and the poster, and then the one with the signature. This is a variant cover. This one.
Yeah, that's the variant. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Sweet.
And the featured tiers, you can add book 1 onto any tier. But the featured tier is the variant and the original, but you save $10, I think, by going that route.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, it's
so
only 30.
Wow. Yeah, you save money if you go that route. Plus, then you can add on book 1, and you have all of them. So almost the variant for book 1 is only available if you see me in person or like at an auction or something.
Right. Sweet. So, all right. Very cool.
Dwarf guy a torturer?
Yeah, he's a torturer.
Oh yeah, we were on a stream and both had little midget torturer.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, man.
Well, I was based on Berserk because the torturer who cut out Griffith's tongue, spoiler, I guess. Yeah, he was a little dwarf guy.
Oh, I already knew that. I love all the manger.
The mongers.
I love it all. So I already knew that.
Yeah. The mongers.
The manger monger.
The manger mongers.
Yeah.
Why kidnap me? No, don't kidnap me. No.
Yeah.
The kidnappers would return her like 5 minutes later.
Hey, that is true though. That is true though. You know how annoying I am in real life. Breastfeed is sweet. Yes, this book does look sweet.
I appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, he's trying to get information out of our lead character in this opening sequence. So yeah,
I see.
Loosely based off of someone I know, in a good way.
In a good way.
In a tongue-in-cheek fun way.
Okay.
In a tongue-in-cheek fun way. Yeah.
Right.
Based on actual events.
Actual events, right.
Smart was asking, does he torture dolphins? Only the dumb ones.
Yeah. Only,
I'm
only
okay
the dumb
with
ones.
that.
But he eats the smart ones.
Yeah,
he got to gain. Yeah. Well, that's how you gain their spirit and their soul. You get the smart ones. Yeah.
That's not how it works.
You got to fill from the bottom up.
That's how it works. Okay, that's not how it works.
Yum.
Anyhow, everyone back Absolute Book 2. Thank you, Chimera, for dropping the link. All right, we've been going on 2.5 hours.
Oh man, that went by quick.
Yeah.
Let's go for 4.
We're not. I have work to do. I have to go do my Duolingo lesson, and I had to do my layouts. Ooh, I'm going to show my layouts again.
I'm sorry, what lesson?
Duolingo.
Okay.
Duolingo. Yep. Let's see. In case anybody didn't see. What?
She's learning dolphin.
I'm learning dolphin.
What's that?
Where?
Oh, that's your book.
This is the secret tier from issue 1. This is the color gatefold cover.
Hold on, let me
Cool, man.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's cool.
Looks so good in color. I wish this was in color.
In the future.
In
but
the
black and white
future.
for now.
Yeah, I mean, I like black and white comics, but also color adds something to it, and this looks great in color. The chicken too, a little Robin Hood hat. It's great.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into, where is he? This guy here. That's like a future story arc. He's a pirate captain.
Right.
That's cool.
Hell yeah. Bam. So back KAYAS now. So we can Ryan can fund this book and then get to coloring it. You want that?
So many things.
So many things. Let's see. And real quick, in case anybody didn't see, here's an exclusive sneak peek. Everyone, this is the chicken scratch that chapter 2 looks like right now, but I am working on it. So on top of packing books and shipping them for chapter 1, and we're still working on the colors. I think Nick is getting close to being done, but I don't want to rush him too much. And he's doing, I posted more of the colors. So I have an update on my campaign page, and I'll be updating more of the colors as they come in. But when those done, I'll post another update and let you know when the books are going to print. The demon standees on their way to me, but this right here, I've got a little gap between shipping, packing the smoke tier, the grayscale books, and waiting for the colors. So I've been working on chapter 2, and this is like the thumbnails stage. I have some of the inks done, some of the pencils, but most of what I'm doing is playing around with the layouts. So we're talking about scripting before, and I was saying I don't do scripts, I just do this, and this is how I script. So it's a little weird. But anyways, just to show everyone that the comic is happening, and this is the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
The drawing, and that's fun, but this is hard. This is like a lot of problem solving.
Yep.
It's just constant problem solving. This has taken me days to work out. I'm rearranging dialogue and adding in scenes and trying to keep the page count right, because you have to take into account page turns as well. Yeah. And honestly, that's been I can't just add a page here because I really don't like doing extra drawing I don't have to do, right? But then I also need my page turns to be right, because that's really important. I want the reveals to be there. So it's there's a lot of things to think about, but that's what I'm working on now. And now you know. On a secret exclusive sneak peek. Yeah. John asks, how many have I shipped? I've shipped about 50 of the smoke tier books, and I have another stack that I just finished packing today, so I'm going to be shipping those out, I think, tomorrow. So sweet. I actually think I'll be I will have all of the grayscale only books so far shipped out tomorrow. Sweet. All of them.
Mine should be on the way.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yours is in the sack, so I'll be shipping that out tomorrow.
Nice. I just got this earlier on today.
Ooh.
How many did you say you shipped out?
How many did I ship? I shipped 50. And I've got another 30 in my room.
Bones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that box looks so great.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's another great campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do a box like that eventually. That's such a good idea. It looks so good.
I can't do a box.
I think that campaign is
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh shit! I need to.
And so is Sunsworn. She is also doing the art for that.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah.
I think I backed. Yeah. She's awesome. And I really like how Bonds look. I thought I missed out on it, but I guess not. I guess I should go buy it right now. I shall.
And Sunsworn. Go buy that.
Oh yeah, I think I already backed Sunsworn though.
Okay.
And KAYAS, A Story of Blood and Stone, issue 1 and 2 with the awesome animated trailer. Ryan here is, as we've said many times over today's show, not fucking around, because he spent a year making a. I mean, have you been on my channel? I'm not ladylike, but he spent a year animating a trailer for this. So he is very serious about this project. Very serious.
It's always in the chats, chatting it up. Friendly dude. Back
That's
to the
true.
book.
That's true.
Show some love.
Get it.
Show some love. Show
She's
some
finally
love.
admitted she's not ladylike.
I never said I was.
Oh.
When did I say I was?
Hmm.
Shane says, "Oh, your Fiendish guy was in translate in Dublin. Oh, that's awesome, man! I was so worried about shipping stuff to the EU. I don't think I've.
How was it? Not too bad, or
wait, Dublin. That's not the EU, but just like Europe in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it didn't take that long. I shipped it last week, so I thought it would take like a month. So I'm really glad that it's close to getting to you. And
It's cool.
I hope it gets to you all right. And I hope you enjoy it. Yay! I'm excited. And thank you. Yvonne is here. Oh yeah, Yvonne. If you missed the animation, you know what? Let's close out on that animation. All right.
There we go.
So when
cool.
we end, we'll close out in case anybody didn't see the beginning of the show because that looked really awesome. Sorry, Snarkticon. But yeah, KAYAS, the story of Blood and Stone, issue 1 and 2. Back it now. Come on, let's get him funded. Let's get him funded because remember in the stretch goal for he's not doing real stretch goals, but okay, we've agreed on this show when KAYAS gets funded, we're gonna make sandwiches. So if you want a nice
you're gonna make a sandwich.
big sandwich, I'm gonna make a sandwich.
Yes.
For KAYAS because I'm here to support creatives. Okay, this is my dedication. So let's get KAYAS funded to get that thick sandwich.
Yeah.
All right, you want that? Let's get KAYAS to. It's only 3,000. Come on, this should be making way more than that. We can do
way
this.
more. I concur.
With me, with
We'll get
lots
there.
and lots of me. Yes.
We'll get
Oh, we will. We
Yes,
will.
it'll
But
get there.
the sooner the better. Sooner the better. And this funny thing. Hey, look at this.
Look at that.
Wow. What's this thing? So, oh, we have 712 now. Almost at
Woo!
31,000.
Hey, nice.
Yay! So here's Fiendish. Is my project, and it's doing really well. Thank
Yeah,
you,
it's awesome.
everybody.
That's awesome.
Yay! Thank
I'm excited
you
for this
all.
one. Yeah.
I updated some of the color pages on the page. So here's the colors, and this is also the town shot and colors. So
Yeah, looks
and
good.
in the updates, I think I have some more of the. I post so many updates. Oh my gosh! Apologies all to clogging everyone's emails, but it's just like I want to share everything. I have to hold myself back from not sharing every tiny little thing. Like this thing is going to the factory. Oh, I got an email from the factory. Oh, the printer told me I had this problem. I was like, shut up! Nobody wants to hear about this. It's just okay, but I want to share everything with all the backers.
That's also good. It shows you're passionate about. Like people don't know already, but it shows you're passionate about it.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah. Well, here are the colors from Nick. So I posted
so
some of
good.
the pages.
Yeah, I like the corpse colors on there. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and you know the thing is like he doesn't color the way I color, and that's why I hired him because I wanted someone that would do really moody colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is perfect, and it's also hard to color something that's already been shaded because again I wasn't expecting to color this book. It was going to be just grayscale and I was going to do like a tiny print run. I wasn't expecting anybody to be interested, but that didn't turn out to be.
Nope.
You know,
How
that's
dare
not
they?
that's not what happened.
How
So
dare they?
no, thank you very much. So we decided to color the book halfway through, but he's been doing a fantastic job, and this is one of my favorite pages. You did
Wow.
great coloring this.
Look at that.
Yeah. And then here's some more. So the colors are coming along. I think he's doing well. I'm not going to post anything that wasn't in like the preview on the website. So he's coloring the part that, you know, you don't get to see, but they do look very, very good. And should be another couple weeks, I think. I want to give him time to do his magic. But yeah, so the color books are coming along, and when those go to print, I'll let everyone know.
Badass.
I'm very excited. And again, these trading cards, I should put these on the main campaign page, but here are all the trading cards that are going to every backer. So everybody is getting these trading cards, and they also have the RPG stats on the back, so they're Pathfinder stats, and the people who have already gotten your books, you'll know that, you know, it's all the stats for all the characters. And if you're into like D&D or Pathfinder, you can just take the stats on the back and adapt it, basically plug it into Pathfinder D&D with some adjustments. You can play the characters. And I also have the monster. That was another stretch goal. So if you want to torture your players, this is a really good option, because I'm very proud of this monster, and we built this. Again, I'm hoping to develop Fiendish into like a playable RPG, and that's something that's far down the line, because that's a lot of work, but it's something that I'm slowly like working on step by step. So building sort of like the world and like the world mechanics and the magic and like the races in my fantasy world is like the base part of it, and then the monsters and stuff. So, you know, if you want a taste of what that'll be like, you should get this book, and then it'll go out to everybody.
I can literally hear what that card sounds like. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna weird out the chat. But yeah, they don't like roar or anything. Like if you read the sound effects in the comic are all in my constructed language. But let's see. But if you read it, like the noises that I'm also posted the covers up. So I was stupid and I realized I didn't have the covers on. I don't know how my campaign got here without like me having the covers front and center. So I have no idea how you guys put up with me. But anyway, so this is a grayscale cover that I have the okay, hold on. I have the book right here. No. Okay,
drug-free, ladies and gentlemen.
What? I am drug-free. You don't want to know what I'm like on drugs. So this is the grayscale cover is a special variant. It's different than the color cover, and this is going to be the color cover. So I actually finally posted this up. Yeah. So put like spot gloss on the title and everything. But if you see, hey, yeah, and here's some more of the interior. I posted. This is some of the fight scenes. And do I have any of the sound effects on here? No, I don't. Oh my gosh, I'm a failure. I don't. I have it on the website.
Just give up.
Just give up.
That's it.
Here we go. Here's by the way, you can go check out the comic on the website. The website has links on the campaign. So yeah, if it, like the sound effects here, the monsters make like weird slurping sounds. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, they don't roar or anything. But yeah, so the website is fiendishcomic.com. That's also linked in the description. And if you want to read the preview, I have like the first 20 pages on here, and also crazy stuff like the world map and character profiles, and I have my constructed language. So if you want to take a look at the alphabet and also the old dictionary that I built, you can check out. Come check it out. Yay! And there are more. I have like different tabs and stuff. So anyways, yeah, I built a language for this comic, and I'm really proud of it, and it took a lot of work. So if you want to delve into some insanity, you should you should come look at my project and consider backing it. Yeah. So again, the premise is about a group of young men and women on a journey of vengeance against otherworldly monsters. And basically my main character, Casimir, this guy over here, he is, as far as he knows, the sole survivor of a demon attack on his hometown. And the weird monsters, nobody knows where they came from, these mysterious creatures. They disappeared after the attack, but now they're resurfacing again, and he's on a journey to find the truth behind their appearance. So that is the story, and chapter 1 is an action-packed intro to this giant world that I built and the story of Casimir and the other people that are joining him on this journey. So it's kind of dark fantasy, but, you know, kind of, I don't know, I kind of like teeter the edge between like, I want a lot of lighthearted moments, and especially first arc, it's a lot of character development. But every book, it's like there's going to be action and there's going to be some like really dark stuff. Just because I don't know, I think I just like that kind of stuff. You know, when you like write stuff and it's one thing to have it on paper, but then when you have to draw it, all of a sudden it's like, wow, why did I come up with that? I'm really fucked up. I've had a lot of moments like that.
Yep.
So that's been my journey with this project. I didn't realize I was as fucked up as I am. But anyways, so I'm working. Book 1 is the grayscale is shipping right now. Book 2 is, the color is in production. Grayscale is shipping, and I am working on book 2. So yeah, check out Fiendish if you haven't yet. This is my baby. This is my whole life, and I guarantee you're going to love this. Yeah.
Back it up. Back it once. Back it twice. Back it 3 times and later.
Back it once. Back it twice. Back it 3 times. Yay! Back it. Yuan says.
Friend.
Our next goal is to put Ninarsa on Duolingo. Wouldn't that be the dream? That would be awesome. I mean, they have like Klingon and Valyrian. So someday I will get there.
Make that money.
Yeah.
Make that Duolingo money.
I don't know if they pay you for that. But I'll have what she's having. It's pure love and energy for my craft. Just
and
love
cocaine.
for it. I mean, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dolphin meat. Pure dolphin meat.
Okay, we're ending. Just throw clown in to brighten the mood. No, I would like have Casimir kill the clown though, so that wouldn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrifying anyway.
He kind of kills everything.
So did John Wayne Gacy. He was a clown.
Was he?
Pogo the clown.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, not a friendly guy.
No, not
No.
friendly.
No.
No, let's
Clowns
not
are
do.
not good. Yeah.
No
No.
clowns.
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I don't like super have a phobia of them, but they are creepy.
How about a dolphin clown?
No, I would be so conflicted. This would be so cute, but like so unnerving. It's like, do I punch it or not? I don't know.
Oh, you punch it. You punch it all day.
I mean, but it's a clown before it's a dolphin, right? Maybe it's.
Oh no.
I mean, if it's a dolphin that is a clown, it's one of those like bad dolphins,
They're all
right?
bad. All the
Is
dolphins.
that-
No, they're not. They're not all bad.
Is that the one you eat though?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll only eat the cute, nice ones. I mean, the not cute,
Yeah,
nice ones.
you'll only eat clipping
No!
it. Clipping it.
No, I don't want to. You're touching me. Okay. Anyways, hey, my ceiling is being fixed. So
Awesome.
update. My ceiling hole is being fixed.
I've heard the saga of the ceiling hole.
The saga. And by the saga ended with my inspector company refused to pay for it. It was because I don't know, some legal thing, technicality, which I was very happy about. But I wrote them. I have not been this mad in a long time. I wrote them like the longest, bitchiest email, and I was like, I don't even care. I don't even want the money. I just want the inspector fired. That's literally what I said. It's just I didn't need the money. I was just like, how do you miss that my house didn't have a load-bearing wall? What the shit? Anyways, but
Whoa.
yeah,
that's a slight oversight.
it's a bit of an oversight. I was very mad, but it's being fixed now, so we're good. I'm very glad. Hey, my house isn't gonna fall down, you know? That's good.
Yay!
It's a
Yeah,
plus.
yeah, that's a plus. That's a plus.
No wolves coming by huffing and puffing.
No.
No one wants Malin sniffing around. Yeah.
Blow
What?
your house down.
Wolfpack. Malin's.
Oh, okay, I see. All right,
Yeah.
this is getting weird. All right, so let's end on the
The video. Yeah. I haven't seen-
video. Yeah, but before that, let's everyone tell the chat where to find you, Ryan. Where shall we find
Everybody
you?
can find Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, absolutely anything that has a username, the Ryan Cardinal. And if you can, just hop over to my YouTube. I'm going to be starting up the Creative Native interviews again, so feel free to pop on over there. I've got a couple things planned out where I'm going to be doing some fast speed rounds with people to get their pitch down. So if anybody wants to hop on, just get a hold of me on Twitter, and we'll line stuff up for the future.
Awesome.
All right, and Jason.
If I don't freeze up, everyone can find me at Unhinged Ent on Twitters and Unhinged Entertainment on YouTube. I do topic lists on Tuesdays sometimes. I do draw streams, chill streams, fun times.
Sweet. All right, and Chimera. Do you
Yep.
want people to talk to you or no?
Probably. Chimera the Hood on Twitter, and I stream whenever I feel like it and torture my co-hosts. So there you go. I'm shipping books right now, but I've been bagging and boarding the entire time. Should be done by tomorrow.
Nice.
So yeah, and then
Sweet.
Take a siesta.
Yeah, really.
Hell yeah, Testament. Testament looks really good. I have it
Yeah.
right here. Right here. Yeah, I can't get to it, but I do have it. So those books are shipping. Chimera is not a grift, everybody. And you guys can find me at Rini Jazz on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I also have an Instagram. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then subscribe now and hit the bell. I'm trying to. I got 1,000 subs, so thank you very much. But I'm trying to get more watch hours. So I don't know what I can do about that. But anyways, if you're not subscribed, it would still help if you're subscribed. So and I stream every Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. Come back next week for more comics talk. And occasionally I do streams on Sundays for I'm starting like a Pathfinder series. So that should be that's like every other weekend. So I think our next module is next weekend. So yeah, tune into my channel and turn the bell on to get notifications for all that fun stuff. And thank you all very much for joining me. You guys are awesome.
Yay.
Love you.
Thank you for having me on, Rini.
Later.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was awesome talk. Let's close out on the trailer. All right, let's go.
KAYAS, the story of Blood and Stone, issues 1 and 2 go live on Indiegogo September 7th. Be sure to get your hands on these action-packed adventure comics and don't miss out.